Hey, we're live.
Correct. You actually did it right at the time. We are live. Welcome, everyone, to Totally Online Gaming Group. We're glad you guys could join us for episode 91 of Atavar Ascension.
Woo!
Yay! We're all gonna die!
We're all gonna die!
Yeah, we are kind of fucked.
Yeah. So, as always, we've got to give a shout out to our sponsors. If you are watching in YouTube or Twitch, you should see the link to our sponsors show up in the chats there. But check out Critical Hit Gaming Supplies. They're a great company, locally owned here in Central Florida by a family, so nice family-owned business. Check out all their stuff. They got some great stuff, especially their miniatures. Totally awesome. 3D printed, really cool, great detail. And if you see something you like and you want to purchase it, make sure you use discount code TOGG15 at checkout. You'll get 15% off your purchase. Also note, they are primarily a convention business and going to be at Gen Con and Dragon Con this year. They already had MegaCon here in Orlando, but it'll be at Gen Con and MegaCon. So if you're going to be in Indianapolis down in the beginning of August, come see us. If you're going to be in Atlanta at the beginning of September, come see us up there. Also, there's FanRoll. Check out FanRoll. They got some great stuff. And if you use the link it's, down in the bottom of the Twitch or YouTube chats, and you decide to purchase something, that'll actually help the channel. So we really appreciate that. And last but not least, SideQuest Cards and Games.
Jason, you know what else is totally awesome?
What?
The products on SideQuestCardsAndGames.com, like our Dragon Journals, our totally awesome board games, and our totally awesome events we do.
Oh, and also we just got t-shirts.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
In fact, we actually
They're
posted
wearing
our
them.
t-shirts online, not these colors,
Yeah, these
because
are my colors.
fuck y'all, these are our colors.
It's totally wicked!
But
Radical
our
Red.
awesome events happening in Orlando, such as our role-playing game event, June 8th, next Sunday, at the Hourglass Brewery in Longwood, Florida. We have a role-playing game event with 3 game systems being played. Dungeons & Dragons 5e, our very own DM's creation here,
Yep.
The Garden,
Mhm.
as well as Savage Worlds.
Yep.
So there's a lot to do, a lot to see, and a lot to drink. So please come out to our event. Half the patronage for your ticket goes towards the DM, so it's not a profit-only event. And yeah, no, it's super duper dope, and we have some really cool stuff: dice, board games, Magic the Gathering.
And we're gonna be at Dice Tower.
Yes,
Yep.
Dice Tower is our next big convention, 4th of July weekend. If you love board games and you're in the
Lots of
southern
good ones.
United States, it is literally the biggest board game library in the world.
Mhm.
So come check it out. It is, quite frankly, the best. There's
It's
no one else who
awesome.
does it anywhere close.
It's awesome. Awesome convention. But yeah, check that out. And also, they also can use TOGG15 at SideQuestCardsAndGames.com to get 15% off. So, all right. Does anyone else have any other announcements they need to make?
My dog's birthday is Friday. She'll be turning 1.
She's-
She is eating by the front door.
What the dog do?
She's taking a nap.
All right. And
Finally, the dog.
anyone else for any announcements? Going once? Going twice?
I'd like to announce that Logan's haircut is looking fly for
It
a
is.
white guy.
Thank you. In that case, without further ado, we bring you Atavar Ascension.
It's the 5th book of
You're gonna stop.
And we are back.
Stop.
All right. So where we last left off. Where we last left off.
I am also here.
Yes.
He is?
Persephone and Gold.
Yeah, what the hell
We're
have they been up
missing.
to?
I don't know.
On this episode of Gold and Persephone's Adventures,
Yes.
They're not even there.
They
Watch
were
that.
missing.
They're not even fucking there.
they were not in this, or can't be fucked
Where's
off.
everyone in our camp? They've
All
spent
right. Let's rein it in for a second here.
Rain.
So where we last left
I'm not
off,
even thinking
Persephone
about
and Gold had been ostensibly kidnapped by the Shatterjaw clan, a clan of
So we
orcs
think.
that Tomer, searching his memory from his childhood, remembered that he had heard that name among some other prominent orc clans that roam talk, but he had heard that one before, not because they were the biggest and the baddest, but because of their activities. They are kind of the primary slavers in this region of talk, and so they kind of gained a name for themselves, even though they are by far not the biggest and most powerful clan.
Rudeness to
But he heard of them, and he's like, oh shit, they probably kidnapped them. And so these three, Bjorn,
Assuming
Tomer,
we're kidnapped.
and
Yeah, we
Leon,
We're way
decided
over it.
to go and try to trace them down, find them, and set them free. Unfortunately, as they did manage to find the Shatterjaw encampment, upon approaching about 300 feet away from the edges of the encampment, they encountered a sentry. And
Sentry.
that sentry apparently really pissed off Tomer when he called him an abomination. Setting Tomer off, who decided to tear him to shreds, which, since
or Troy.
it took a couple strikes to do, this guy was screaming in agony as he got shredded, and that alerted the other orcs in the clan. At which point, 100 orcs charged from the
Even
camp
kill a guy quietly.
towards our intrepid heroes.
No, that's our
Um,
job.
We did.
As they charged to them, battle ensued. Chain lightning went off a few times, blasting some pretty good swaths in this charging horde of orcs. A couple thunderous blows of different kinds, one from the hammer, one from our was it a Tempest Barbarian? Is that what it's called? Or
His was lightning.
Storm Barbarian?
Yeah, lightning.
Well, yeah,
Storm Herald.
Storm Herald
But
Barbarian.
that was the axe doing that,
Yeah,
not my class.
But still, but we had some crazy, which did shrink up the amount of orcs coming, but not by enough to really matter, as they still were surrounded and they had to resort to
Violence.
face-to-face combat, doing fairly well, winnowing down the horde of orcs even a little bit further. Still not enough to make a difference,
We were
especially
very
as
lucky.
the war chief and his little entourage approached the battle. At which point Tomer decided to try to do the hey, if I challenge you and beat you, then we're cool, right? Kind of thing, which the war chief accepted. But noticing Tomer taking a potion, said, "Oh, we're gonna play that game." Reached into a pouch, pulled out a bit of the root, and took a little bite. Yes,
I
please.
reached for a Gatorade.
And,
And went for steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost low
I know.
enough. You might as well.
Dude,
But-
everyone's got the root. Like, I don't think it's such a big danger anymore. It's just like you can just pick it up on the corner.
Everyone knows what it is. It's like finding fentanyl on the sidewalk.
I'm gonna steal it from him, eat it in front of him, and then have a kaiju battle with him.
Go
Guys.
once and puked for 3 days.
I feel
Yeah.
like
You
I
remember
also
this?
tried eating it once, but I didn't die as bad.
No,
No.
you saw your daddy.
Mhm.
This guy didn't even flinch.
I gotta say it, guys.
Yep.
I think Atavar has a serious root crisis.
Yes. Oh, you don't like the thunder. I know.
Not like the thunder.
Hey, it's okay, baby.
No, she hates the light thing.
All right.
You have to pick her up.
But the battle then
Poor little baby.
it was back and forth for a little bit between Tomer and the Shatterjaw war chief, up until the point where it looked like things were getting really bad, and they said, "Okay, let's it's time for all-out combat." The others joined in, and at which point the war chief said, "Okay, this is how it's going to be. Get them, boys." And yeah,
Ice this fool.
a force cage was cast around our Tomer,
That's what it was.
Yeah, it's freaking bullshit.
and
Just ended it.
several nets were thrown over.
Don't.
Yeah. Just disbelieve.
Just roll good on your
Yeah.
save.
And several nets were thrown over the others to capture them. At which point the war chief said, "Good, gather them up, bring them to camp," and that is where we ended off. Now, yes, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
The orc war dog,
Come here.
Yeah.
Peach, guarding their camp,
Hey.
No,
My
but
version is restored.
No corgi bud.
so a little bit of rewind in time.
Just shut your butt just quickly.
Yeah, what have these goofballs been up to?
So, you two,
Napping.
as you wake up,
See?
you find yourselves.
But a long rest, yeah.
Oh no, it was not enough
Awoken
for a long
by
rest.
dogs barking as
And-
alarm bells are rung.
Yes, and both of you wake up. You feel like shit. You each have a level of exhaustion,
What?
Uh-oh.
and your gear is gone.
How do I
You're naked.
condition?
Yep.
Hey,
Yes, I
stop
agree.
Screaming.
Where do you find
Thank
conditions?
Top right.
I have tavern
Under
brawler.
health.
So
Although I don't see exhausted on here.
it's not. It's down at the bottom.
Oh, I see.
It's the last one,
Yeah.
and it's levels.
Yeah, I see.
Level 1 exhaustion.
So, and you don't see any of your gear.
Big girl.
As you kind of come to your head is hurt. You know, you were basically hit by like a sap from behind.
Peach, come here.
Peach, it's okay, baby.
Come here.
Yeah, you might
You're-
just need older.
You were hit from with a sap from behind, both of
Poor
you.
Baby girl.
She's running away.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want to.
I don't want to deal with thunder, but I don't want
I don't want
to
to be.
accept comforting either.
Yeah.
I cannot be consoled.
I only scream.
Anyway,
She wants Oscar.
okay. Anyway, you guys, you were hit with like saps from behind, so it just knocked you out, and you feel like crap. But as you come to, and you notice your situation, you find yourselves in a relatively large cage. It's probably about like 8 by 10, made of
That's quite
large,
spacious.
solid-looking bones from who knows what creatures, and like sinew wrapped multiple times around. It's a pretty decent size, and you two are in there. There are some other cages, some bigger, some smaller, with other creatures, some humanoids. You happen to see there's a half orc in one. You also see that in another there looks to be some dwarves, and then in yet others you see different beasts, which Gold would know from the desert and his previous time in talk. These are like, denizens of this land that obviously were captured. One of them, quite surprisingly, the only thing you can akin it to is it must be a baby purple worm in a still very large cage.
A purple
But
one.
this has got to be a baby because it's only large size.
Percy, I don't know why you think we could have him.
He's right there. And I want him.
Babies are quite adorable, I will say, even if they are of the purple worm
Riding it
variety.
around. Yeah.
Now,
How fucking cool that would be.
the other thing you notice is Gold, due to this desert being one of your favorite terrains.
So are we in the same cage? Or
Yes, you're in the same cage. Due to this being your favorite terrain and kind of looking at, brief look at the stars and everything, through the fog of your headache and a few minutes, kind of peace out, and you're like, all right, just based on what I'm seeing here, the temperature that I'm dealing with, the stars and where they're at, yeah, the sun probably went down only like an hour or so ago.
So it would be nighttime.
Yeah, it's definitely nighttime. It's dark.
The case.
With the exception of the fires around the orc encampment, but it is definitely nighttime, just not super late. You figure maybe 10 o'clock or so.
So I assume it's all like, bone and string kind of
Yeah,
held
sinew,
together.
yeah.
Is it wide enough that I can maybe squeeze through?
No.
No. Okay.
No,
Well,
it's they have that in mind.
I didn't know how smart these guys were.
Do we actually see any guards or anything?
Yeah, I was like, are we being
There-
watched? Or...
Well, as you look around, here's the things you notice. I will actually need perception checks from both.
Not good at those. That's a 15. I'm okay.
Not too bad
Natural 1
for a
for
27.
For a
a
38.
10.
Okay, so Persephone, you actually do notice that every once in a while, there is one orc that walks past all of the cages and then turns around and stands at the other end, and one that's going the opposite direction.
So it's
And-
just one guy or two?
One guy goes one way, and then another one goes the other way, and they kind of cross.
Okay.
And they do that every once in a while. And sometimes they're behind the cages, sometimes they're in front, sometimes they
Can we
rotate.
sit there long enough to like get the pattern?
Doesn't seem like it's really actually a pattern. It's very random. It's like sometimes one will walk over and actually stand there and talk with the other one. And they'll just sit there and bullshit. At other times, they'll split up and they'll cross. Other times, one will go behind, one will go in front. And they'll just kind of go around. It's in the course of about an hour, you really can't pick up a pattern because it's not. I mean, there might be one there. It's just right now, it's not enough
stop
time to
screaming
figure it
in
out.
my ear, please.
I will say, you do figure that
Hey,
if you watched them
stop.
and they did the same thing, and you're watching for like a couple days of time, you might be able to pick up a
I
pattern
don't
that
plan to be here
happens.
that long.
But that's what you see. The other thing you also notice is there is a cart probably about 25 feet away or so, kind of off to the side of a tent. And in that cart, you're seeing, hey, look, that I think I see some gear. That looks like a backpack of some kind. That looks like maybe a pickaxe or something like that. That looks, you're seeing some stuff. And it's like there's a bunch of stuff piled in there. You can't, you can only make out what's kind of closest. And none of it really looks like the gear and the stuff that the Shatterjaw clan is carrying on them. So you kind of figure, looking around at what the other people in the tents and the cages are, and yourselves, our gear might be in there, because that looks like gear. That's probably gear of the slaves, if you will. So maybe that's it. So that's what you guys know.
Okay. Is the caravan being guarded?
The wagon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's within.
Is that within the path of the
It's
guard?
it's within the normal kind of walking path, because it's not super far away. It's only like 25 feet away,
Okay.
so it's within that. And then this camp where you're at, you guys are kind of not at the very edge of the camp, but closer to the edge. It's like there are some tents that go behind you, but it looks like that's probably like the last row of tents, just so that you're not right on the very edge, because they're not completely stupid. They're not going to put their slaves on the very edge and then have some other orc clan sneak up and steal their slaves too easily. They at least want to have
Yeah.
a little bit of protection from that. So they do that. Oh yeah, agree. Boom. But
She's
you
like,
you are
"Food."
you are closer to the edge, and you do see this looks like a pretty massive camp. You can't
Sorry,
even
guys.
see the central area because there's too many tents and stuff around. But you do see a couple fires, and you do see the glow of what must be like a larger central bonfire, kind of like the central
No.
gathering spot. And, you can see that glow from is behind silhouetting the tents. But that's all you can make out at this point.
Okay. Cool. Can you get yourself out, or do I need to get us both out?
I have a plan for at least me to be able to look through the wagon for some weapons.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna wait till the timing on the guards makes sense to do this, basis wise. I'm going to shadow hippity hop my way from cage to caravan with our gear,
Okay.
and do a little rummage through gear.
Okay.
So
So for you, I'm gonna need an intelligence check to figure out. Okay, this is the moment. Now,
Just
what were you
forces
gonna
you
say?
to focus to cast spells.
So as she teleports, I'm gonna
this
do
is an
two
ability,
things.
not a spell.
Mm.
Firstly, I'm going to cast minor illusion in the area we are standing
That's a 12.
Okay. Good
to
know.
create a 5-foot cube illusion of us standing here, fully knowing she's not 5 foot tall. She's a little taller than that.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go head height for her
Just make us sit.
and down. She's gonna cut off at like the ankle.
Why not just make us sit?
So Gold has prejudice
that
against the
way.
orcs. He thinks they're really stupid.
So
You're not wrong, but like,
I have an important question for you.
Yes.
All your gear is gone.
you got components for this?
A bit of fleece.
Yes, it does
Well,
require a
fleece-
material component
fleece-
or a focus. What is
fleece-
your focus?
Just rips
No,
off a piece
no.
of a shirt.
Fleece is clothing, which I imagine
No.
we still have on.
Fleece is not clothing necessarily, unless the clothing is actually made of fleece, aka wool,
Then I
Oh,
couldn't do that.
So our winter gear that we had been carrying is today?
which you're
Gone.
not wearing. You're not wearing it now. You got hot as you
that's
came
right.
down in here.
Sorry, you're right.
You would have taken it off and put
No,
it with
you're
your
right.
stuff.
They
Yeah.
must be quite chilly right now, huh?
Probably a little bit.
But I got the boots with the
You're right.
fur.
Make it 2 levels of exhaustion.
Yes. No.
The
It
Ark
is.
and Cam is
That's
staring
okay. If you
at
have us in a
is-
loincloth, you have
it
us in
is-
a loincloth.
It is chilly. You guys are a tit nipply right now. So
Alright, that's okay.
yeah, I got to
Okay.
roll for that. I know.
My
She's like
thing
the
doesn't
lady
require
alien from the
components,
Jabba
so
the
I'm
Hutt
still
scene
planning
for
on
them.
doing my thing.
38.
Alright. Seeing as I forgot about my fleece and go, fuck, I can't do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and Misty step after her towards the caravan and
Okay.
just grab whatever weapon seems best fit.
So, when are you going to determine when to go? Are you going to just
When
go
she
right
goes.
after? Okay.
There's a Wendigo?
I hope not.
Yeah, no, if she goes, I'm just immediately gonna follow her. I'm not gonna wait on her.
Okay.
Bunch
So-
of stupid, smelly, dumb orcs.
So
Does Gold even care about
you
whether
do
or not
your
they see
shadow
it?
step.
I
Now,
have a
Gold
side-
could break
I
the
wanna
Geneva
make sure I don't
Convention
need a
against the
component
orcs.
for
He doesn't
this
care.
real quick,
Well, it's an ability, so
No, I
don't
know.
think
There's
so.
a
My
different
sword.
thing because I can go
Yeah.
invisible.
No. Literally, at the end of
with
my
Liberty and
character
Justice
sheet,
for all.
Mhm.
enemies, all
I
demons
just wanna
and
make sure
orcs.
that that's not a
You're so
That-
real for that?
component.
I fought in the Orc Wars. I hate the fucker.
Based Gold.
Alpha Gold. The second he sees an orc, there's nothing's left on the table.
It's on site.
No, the fact that Gold didn't see the orcs is a shame on this
Fucking-
fucking family.
Master Chief, I need a weapon.
We got
Okay, that requires a component. Never mind. We're good.
No, I'm heading to the weapon caravan here.
We good. Continue. I will say first thing I'm looking for because weapons don't do shit for me is spell component bag.
Okay. So,
Mine or someone else's.
how are you going about looking through this?
I'm gonna shadow my way into probably inside the van because
Well,
shadows
it's
would...
just a cart.
Okay.
It is literally like a cart with an open top.
Oh, I don't know why I keep picturing a caravan.
No, it is not a
So
caravan.
they just
Okay.
have a
White
regular
It is a
van.
cart.
It says
The
free
the
candy.
cart looks like it is.
Free
Um,
epic loots.
I will say this as you were kind of looking around and taking a little time.
Yeah, I would have like looked at the
Yeah.
card a little bit before I
Yeah,
had to get a rough idea.
you noticed that
I would like to roll for stealth to do it quietly.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm shadow. I assume that was self-explanatory, but that's
No.
not me.
No, it's
Yeah.
never
I
self-explanatory
would
with
like
Jason.
to
We live in the world of
Remember-
because I'm
shadows that
trying
include
to
Okay,
loud.
escape,
okay.
yes.
But what I will say is that you do notice that the kind of the yoke coming, the yoke
The
arms
boots are
coming
very
off of this
concrete
cart
lined fur.
are kind of wide apart. Probably not horses or whatever that pulls this. Something bigger.
Like a
And
camel.
I don't know,
Yeah, the fun.
something. But
Oh, work.
the cart itself is probably about 10 feet wide and 15 feet long. The sidewalls of it from the platform base where everything's sitting on probably go up a good 3.5 to 4 feet. But it is uncovered.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll take one side, Gold will take the other. and we'll
Yeah,
have
and
a
I mean,
look.
there's a bunch of stuff in there, but you figure, when you shadow into there, you figure, okay, yeah, it's got high enough walls. I can try to kind of position myself to hide myself behind the high wall, the walls of it, and start looking through stuff.
Yes, but I would
and
like
you're-
to do this stealthily.
And you're gonna do this stealthily, and you are following right behind her with your Misty Step.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
If
and
it
I
means
will-
anything, I rolled a 24 for stealth.
okay.
I rolled a 25.
Whoa.
Wow.
I get 5. It's almost like I'm built for stealth.
Yeah.
Peach doesn't like anything. She's mad all the time.
Did
Yeah.
you give her a full thing already?
No, it's on the floor.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Lightly flung.
So,
She just
She does throw her
She
shit,
just
I
fucking
know. That's why I said that.
okay. So, go ahead and give me a perception check. Actually, it'd be investigation to search for what you want to find. You want to find spell components. What are you looking for?
17.
So, I have a thing for you.
Okay.
As we previously stated,
I am kinda
Jade
handsome, I
is
understand
a sentient weapon.
Yeah.
I am attuned to this sentient weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Do I have some kind of psychic connection to my sword?
Your sword is sentient.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That was part of the ritual he did.
Can I try and with my silver flame find shade specifically?
What is silver? Oh, that's your tattoo thing?
I'd like to use my check for that
You
specifically.
can try.
They laser removed all
Or
of your
what is my
tattoos.
check to do so?
That would be a wisdom save.
Or
A wisdom save?
Yep.
Just tacky.
bad tattoo.
That's
We
a 22.
remove.
Okay.
No charge.
And what'd you get on investigation?
17.
Okay. So, as you guys are trying to quickly move through this. Also, remember, what is the? Double check this just
They
to see.
remove his tattoos.
They fucking laser remove.
Oh,
Otherwise,
remember,
become dog shit.
you did a save, so you're fine. Remember, have disadvantage on ability checks. You are.
Oh,
So that goes for your stealth checks too.
okay.
So I need for your
Sorry,
stealth
it didn't
check.
like prompt me when I did it.
Right. Wait, it
Sorry,
doesn't.
my stealth check got better.
Mine's
fine.
still the exact same.
That's fine. I figured they'd be good. So,
But the investigation is lower. The investigation is now a 14.
okay. Okay.
Jesus.
That's fine. So
Good rules.
you it takes you
It's hard
a
for
little
me to
bit
roll
longer
with
than you
stealth.
would like. You feel like, oh shit, this is taking too long, and then eventually you do find a pouch. You pick it up. It looks like a spell component pouch. You don't think it's yours, but it's a
Not
fucking
my
spell
problem.
component pouch.
Yeah, I was like, mine now.
Gold.
Yes.
So describe exactly how you're using your insignia.
So, my
To-
silver flame allows me to psychically communicate with various people regardless of the plane of existence I am on.
Mm-hmm.
Shade should function the same way as shade was presented to me from the shadow. So, what I'm trying to do is use that psychic connection to establish a link to the shade.
I understand what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Describe to me what gold is doing.
Oh, I'm literally stealthily. Silver flame erupts, and I'm speaking to my sword.
Star
Okay,
Command,
what are you
this is
saying?
No sign of intelligent life forms anywhere.
I'm
Don't
going-
worry, we have plenty
Like
of red
the
shirts.
sword you
I
have
will
in
survive.
this
They will not.
I'm going to ask Shade what it sees. Do you know where you are?
Fucking Star Command.
I am in my scabbard.
It's dark.
I am.
Obscure.
I have many things on me. I cannot tell exactly what they are. Perhaps a bag of some kind, leather. There are other things around me. There looks to be an axe near me. There's wood underneath. I'm laying on wood. But that is all I can tell.
An axe?
I don't think I've ever asked. Do you have a name?
Now we're like,
You know my
time
name.
for this.
It is shade.
Jason, I would
Don't.
like to very quickly see if this spell requires components.
Man,
While he's
ask
checking
the
his spells,
named legendary weapon what its name was.
I do want to,
Actually,
in
Steve.
theory, be keeping an eye on,
Oh,
you know,
thank
the
God
guard
someone has
route
it.
I
pattern.
think that's part of your
yeah.
stuff.
Hundreds of
Is what you're kind of
So
like. I need to know
I'm
where
going
they're.
to grab the spell component back I found, and a
Yep.
couple other things I can reasonably shove into pockets,
Okay.
and then shadow walk my ass back in the cage for a minute,
Okay.
and then rinse repeat a few times until I'm happy.
I'm not going back. I would like to ask before you run off.
Oh.
Percy, did you find your spell pouch?
Mine, no.
Did you find a spell pouch?
Yes.
Can I get a bit of fur from a bloodhound?
Summons a bloodhound, just rips.
I don't know, is it fucking there?
Give me a percentile.
A bloodhound or a hellhound?
Bloodhound.
Oh,
A
70.
dog made of blood.
70? You find some fur. Maybe it's from a bloodhound. You don't know.
you've
It's
just
fur.
been keeping this? Why?
Verbal, semantic, material. I would like to cast Locate Creature Naming Shade.
Okay. So, this is going to be fun. Okay.
Yeah, she's finally conked and she's devouring her bone.
Yo, whoever brought me the snack is.
Real as fuck.
They are goaded with the sauce.
Okay, roll a percentile.
98.
Whoa.
Wow.
Could be better than that.
That's 3 away from 96. 2 away.
Bro, that is very good.
Less than 3 away.
Okay, so this is good and bad.
Uh-oh.
They call it GAD.
Yeah.
Do I find out exactly where it is? It's on the hip of the main orc or some shit.
No, it is not. And it actually ended up being good because they didn't notice.
But which
You
fucking
notice-
shines, doesn't it?
You notice.
The sword shouldn't shine.
No,
actually,
no,
just
that's
know
not
it's
what
exactly
happened.
the
I just took educated guess.
That's what happened. As you cast a spell, and this fur gets consumed,
Yummy.
you realize by the color of the kind of the flame that consumes it, oh shit, that's not bloodhound fur.
Mm-mm.
And a wild magic surge occurs.
Oh.
Your spell does go off.
I didn't know this shit could happen.
You do notice
That's very
there's. I know exactly where Shade is.
He's
They're-
like
they're about-
in front of me.
8 feet away towards the kind of the end of the cart, like the front end of it, underneath a bunch of stuff, but you know exactly where it is.
Goal's gonna
But
spontaneously die.
A faint sound.
I've seen this one before.
Well, hold on. Is this why you had me roll the dice here?
The percentile, yeah. Do 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 do. Some ethereal music
No.
just plays, but it's faint. And
Jason.
I
the
hear
thing that
music
is
too?
good, oh yeah, you hear it.
Can I go back in the cage?
Yes. The thing that is good is, well, give me a perception check.
I've definitely seen this one before with Zach. A fireball's gonna land at
I
his
think I'm
feet.
not looking at shit.
Didn't you say percentile or perception?
Perception.
Close enough.
And
Remember, you
remember,
are
we have
Ascension.
disadvantage.
you're at disadvantage.
That's right.
Oh, that sucks, boo.
That one.
No, that's a 20.
The second one's a 20. The first one was an 18.
Angelic
So-
are awfully noisy today.
So you know, as far as you know, like, okay, they're not hearing it. So that's a good thing. They didn't hear, as far as you can tell.
Must have been wind.
Must be
Okay.
blowy.
Greg.
You
night
are back in the
thoughts.
cage.
Yeah, no, no, we're good.
Yep.
I'll hang out
So-
here. I would like to see kind of what is
Okay.
in the bag while I'm here.
So you look through and you see a lot of standard material components and stuff like that in there. You do see also included in there is a crystal, which could technically be used as a focus, but you would have to attune to it if you, and you know, which is basically you're unattuning from your focus.
I will say, so I don't know how that part of D&D works.
Okay.
Like that's always been my DMs have always been like, it's fine.
Okay, well,
As long as you don't need like a diamond or
right.
something
Well, no,
crazy, you're
basically, any you can use your spell focus
Mhm.
in lieu of material components that do not have a listed cost.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so essentially
So
any
like fur or whatever.
yeah
or something.
yeah anything like
little.
that, any of the basic bull crap. If you've got a spell focus, you really don't even need it. But the things that cost money, especially high dollar amounts, you still have to buy those and get those.
Okay. Side note then. Assuming Percy knows this and Jen does.
Yeah, Percy.
Would Percy not have that like in her pocket or on a necklace or something at all times?
Not necessarily.
I don't
And
see
besides-
why I wouldn't reason.
Besides, they
Oh.
stripped you of your
They
gear.
did, okay.
You have your clothes and that's it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
they're
maybe pockets or necklace may have been skipped. Kind of.
no.
Listen, unless you're
They
keystering it.
Look, they have a high level shaman.
They
Oh,
had you
titties.
down to your
Just fucking
titties,
put
Yeah.
and
stuff
then they
in
put some
there.
cloth around it as
they-
a courtesy.
They have a high level shaman.
Okay.
They
They
know to look
almost
for that
didn't
That's
shit.
what I'm saying. I have no idea
Yeah.
how this works. So. Okay.
Yeah, they know to look for that shit.
Jason, question.
Yes.
Could you have made like a body part of your spell focus?
No.
Okay.
You can't like pick a part of you. That doesn't.
I think I totally did that one. That one I lost my leg.
I've done that a few
Yeah,
times.
I mean,
I've definitely done
with
that
the
before.
exception
It's
of-
Because I've done like my hands.
With the exception of
Because mainly
If
I've been
you-
a warlock.
Yeah, I
if
was like,
you
I'm
cut
doing
off-
some
if
funky
you cut
shit,
off a
but,
ball-
like, yeah.
and like preserve it, and turn it into like like
And into a jelly. Yeah.
yeah, or like make it like petrified. So now you have this wooden testicle. You could put that around your neck.
Testicles.
Hey.
Sam, you were doing so good. What? What's up?
Oh damn, that thing got deformed real fast.
Oh,
All right, so You you guys,
How
It's
long
so
does it
cute
take
when
to
she does
attune?
micro barks while she's.
it's gonna
distracted.
take you figure it's gonna take at least an hour
Okay.
to attune to it.
Well, I might as well attempt to start while I'm waiting.
Yeah. So Persephone is back in the cage.
Temporary.
I'm
You are
gonna-
not.
I'm gonna dig for shade while this angelic choir is scaring the fuck out of Gold.
Okay. You know exactly where he is, so all you need to do is another stealth check. Again, disadvantage, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal.
The first roll is a nat 20 again. The second one was a 14. So 14
Feels
plus
bad.
9 is 21.
Bro, how is your
Okay.
stealth higher than
14
mine?
plus 9 is 23.
Thank you.
You're
How
welcome.
is your stealth
Yeah.
higher than mine?
The fuck you mean? I'm a ranger.
He's a ranger. How is your stealth even remotely
Mhm.
relevant?
You guys don't want
You're
to.
a
I feel like that's
sorcerer.
part of
You
what
don't
I
wanna
built
know.
my
Shut the
thing
fuck
around,
up,
though.
Bard.
Fair enough.
You skill monkey.
Shush, Bard.
I'm a shady motherfucker.
Shush,
Yeah.
Play your
Bard.
role and fuck dragons. It's like a plus 15.
Yeah, it's exactly plus
Yeah,
15.
I know.
I haven't met a dragon to fuck, and plus, I'm
Wow.
already.
You've met
Yeah,
several.
like we did meet a dragon.
You have met a
did
couple.
not
literally met
affect
one
us.
in the
You
last couple sessions.
We rode one.
Chat, for any of you who viewed the session with Mitrax, do you
His
think
name
Leon?
is Mitchell.
Oh no, Mitrax would have topped for sure.
But do
he
you
could've
think?
fucked it?
But do you think Leon would have a chance?
No.
Oh, to get bottomed? Absolutely.
depends
That
on what you
dragon's been
rolled.
bored.
To have some fun time, you know.
To see how long you would last, yeah.
I can take it.
Dead.
So,
Yeah,
Anyways, back on
This
topic.
is the father of a child that hasn't been born yet.
anyway,
Also, we're talking about a dragon fucking the DM's son.
Hi, I'm Logan. If you haven't met me,
Record scratch. Yep, that's me.
reining it in here, folks.
Okay.
You don't think
Angels.
you don't think you've been heard. You were actually relatively quiet, and you did find shade.
I'm gonna equip shade.
Mhm.
Do I see any armor on my way through? Just some simple leather or any cloaks or anything?
There
Or
is
skull
armor.
pouches.
Looks like it is chain, and technically it would fit you, but it's a little bit broad in the shoulders. Looks like it might be maybe one of those dwarves
Yeah.
that you saw.
Yeah, you do be skinny.
You're small, so you could fit in it,
Gold
but
is
it's
a
broad.
twink.
it would be chainmail crop top because it'd be wide, but then it would be too short.
No, it wouldn't be too short. He's short as fuck.
He's
I'm
still
not
taller than a
dwarf short.
dwarf.
Depends on the
Dwarf
dwarf.
is
The dwarves are 4
feels like-
Depends on the
He's
dwarf.
got like 2
Okay.
whole feet on him.
You're what, like 5'2"?
5'2".
A
Yeah.
dwarf ranges from 3 to 4 feet
Bro, you're
typically.
5'2"?
They can be taller than that.
They can be
4
taller.
J.
Jason,
You're such a bite.
did they take my ring too?
They stripped you.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm removing these things from the characters.
I mean, don't completely remove it
Well,
because
you're
Well,
gonna-
I don't want to have that affecting
Well,
my
yeah,
AC.
but are you
Right,
gonna
right.
remember what they are later?
yeah, that's all I'm
Did you
concerned
remove
I
about.
will-
or
I-
unequip?
I will remember my 2 items that I removed
Okay.
from my character.
Good.
I do need to unequip my armor though.
Oh god.
There we go.
So, like I said, you see the armor, but again, it depends on how long. I mean, you can do an investigation check and search for other things if you want to continue to do that. It'd be an investigation check at disadvantage, and then another stealth check at disadvantage. So,
I believe instead I would like to go ahead and look at the orc who is currently in my line of sight. Towards
the cages.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay. Let me check something. Ah, come on.
Jesus Christ, honey.
What?
It's a wine glass. You don't fill it that high. You're
Why not?
supposed to swirl it.
I
There
swirl
we go.
in my face.
That makes perfect sense.
That's solid reasoning right there.
I do love the stream of bubbles from the bottom though.
The strubbles, if you will.
Yeah, kind of.
Everyone's got strubbles.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
Like
All
how
right.
you're struggling to not drink this wine.
I actually really am not in the mood for
Okay,
alcohol.
so
Lame.
Yeah, I'm lame.
How Gen Z is it?
I will need another stealth check for you to try to do this because it does have verbal components.
It's only verbal.
I know, but it does have verbal components. To try to be quiet about it while still getting the spell off.
19.
Okay. Let's see if they hear you. Okay. All right. So your spell goes off. You don't see any reaction, no response. Doesn't seem like anything. You do feel like your spell worked,
Yeah.
but doesn't seem like it alerted them.
Very well. I will allow a round to pass, and I'm going to advance towards the orc.
Well said, round is passing. Assuming that the angelic noise didn't spawn anything, I want to go back.
Okay.
I would ran because I thought it was spawning something.
Yep.
I wonder if I'm just #blessed and I don't know it.
Okay. Yep.
So I would like
Bless
to
up.
keep rummaging through to
Okay.
find.
Give me another investigation.
Or
at
there's a
disadvantage
celestial
and stealth at
guardian somewhere
disadvantage.
in here that I don't know yet.
So that's
Maybe it's just
7
music.
plus
I fucking
six
hope not.
is a number.
Wild magic.
Yeah, but wild
that's-
magic tends to either wildly fuck you or
13
wildly do
on the
great
stealth.
things on the
Okay.
extreme
And
ends
then,
of the roll.
Thank
Wow.
you. I agree with you.
They-
Yeah, I am sorry.
Hey,
Hey,
And a
she's the one. She's the
a
one who said 13 on stealth.
and a 14 on the other one.
Literally, she said 13 on stealth. Boom.
My bad.
All right. So 13 on stealth, 14 on
You
investigation.
fucked
Fuck.
up.
Okay.
Probably, but it's fine.
So
Too busy getting scared by the fucking thunder.
gold. While
I
while
screamed
you
a
are
little bit.
you cast your spell and put hunter's mark, Persephone pops back in, and when she pops back into the wagon,
Misjudged a little bit.
She just lands in like a pile of
you
daggers
hear
and just...
it makes a little bit of noise and knocks a couple things down.
And I freeze. I go.
Yep. You freeze, and that orc that is closest, he's about 20 feet away.
Oh.
That
Well,
orc-
I maybe would have timed that a bit better, but it's
That
fine.
that orc that is closest turns and looks at the cart, and he goes, "Hey!" looking dead at you. Doesn't see you because your stealth has been.
I would like to like crouch kind of like underneath the wagon and draw shade.
Okay.
Well, be prepared to assassinate.
Mm-hmm. And he goes, "Obo, we have a problem."
Why is he talking to a wind instrument?
Because that's the other guy. He's a
I
wind
hope they're
instrument.
all named woodwind instruments.
They're not.
Piccolo's the main boss.
There you go. He, starts walking towards the wagon. The other one, who's about an additional 20 feet beyond that, so he's about 40 feet away.
While he's walking
Turns.
towards the wagon, can I hide in the shadows some more and try to move?
I will say you can try to hide. Again, you're
Oh,
disadvantaged.
actually, hold on. I have a spell bag on me.
You do.
I want to see if I can do invisibility.
Okay.
That requires an eyelash in gum Arabic. Don't know what that means?
Yes, I know what those are. Give me a percentile roll just to
Yeah.
see.
That's 50.
Okay. You do find those things in there.
Cool.
Those are pretty standard components.
You can always
Because
nick your own eyelash if you
that-
really
that is
need
a-
it.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't know what the gum whatever. That was the part that threw me out. I know what eyelash is.
Yeah, but yeah, you.
Yeah. So I would like to indivisible this.
Yep. So you cast that spell. So now
Oh,
you
she's
can roll
going ham
stealth
now. She's
as a
softening
straight
up.
roll.
Yeah. This place. That's a 21.
It's just pigskin
Ooh.
too.
Nice.
No, it's
Okay.
just pigskin, so she's
So
loving it.
you go invisible,
And then it moves, so I'm not standing at the
Yeah.
same spot I was.
and you're kind of watching from the shadows, and you can see too. Even though you move, but that the one that's closer, his brow kind of furrows, and he starts walking over, and he pulls his sword off. He's got a big, great sword across his back. He pulls it out. You start walking over, kind of cautiously. The other one's coming up behind him. This guy's walking over cautiously to the wagon. He's kind of looking. Gets right up. He's at the back of the wagon, standing there. There's a lot of stuff in there. There's stuff you can hide behind, which is why he doesn't see you.
I would like to. Well, I've already said that I've like kind of gone under the wagon at this
Okay,
point.
that's fine.
I would like to, as he approaches the back of the wagon and gets to it, use my Horizon Walker feature, attack in stealth for an advantage attack.
Okay, so I will have you two roll initiative.
I will be right
That's,
back.
I don't have disadvantage on initiative.
Nope.
That is a 17 for my initiative.
Okay. Oh
For
no,
where?
you didn't
My
mean that.
You're
initiative
okay, little
modifier.
girl.
Oh my
You
God,
didn't
I found
mean
her.
that.
That's a
Treat.
We're at a 17 and a
Keep
15.
working on your
Yeah.
treat.
All right.
She's like, oh, I forgot about this. Oh yeah, that's right. I got this super awesome pig hide.
I'm glad you brought that.
It's super nasty, I bet.
Wiping out her blanket.
Yeah, that's it, Peach.
Big crunch.
Oh, that was a giant crunch. And that always
Okay.
scares the shit out of Jen.
The crunch.
Yeah, she'll be in the other room doing it because
And
we'll
I'll
give
just
it
hear
to
it
her.
out of nowhere. I didn't know she
You're like,
had the
"Is Peach
trait. I'm
doing
like,
it
what
bad?"
the fuck illegal is she doing?
So,
She's been chewing on electrical cords recently, which has been fun.
here's what happens.
Mhm.
Okay.
Boredom.
Because you be hidden, you basically get a surprise round on them.
Yeah, so attack at advantage.
You get to attack at advantage.
The exhaustion doesn't affect attack rolls.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
sweet.
It's only ability checks.
That is
Nice.
correct. Level 1 exhaustion is only ability check.
Okay.
Alright, so I get to attack with Shade at advantage. Gonna go to actions. There we go. So I get the D8. I get an extra D8, and I get a D6. That was a 25 to hit.
That hits.
Very well. I did not crit despite my advantage.
Okay.
Sad, sad, sad. Six,
I agree, Peach.
16 Plus.
He's just like, don't bother me right now. I'm going to work.
Alright. That is 17 damage on my first attack.
Okay,
On subsequent attacks, I do not get advantage, correct?
that is correct. In this instance, yes.
Alright, so that is a 24 to hit.
Hits.
5, 7 plus 6. That is 13 damage on the second hit.
Okay.
Has the second orc made their way towards us yet?
We'll get there.
Well, it's important for my abilities.
Well,
Do I
He's
see
not
them
there
yet?
yet.
Okay, perfect. That's all I need to know.
Okay.
Yeah, I would end my turn there.
Your turn.
I did roll an investigation check earlier, so I would like to continue to look at
Okay.
least
Yep.
for like
with
a
your
dagger or
yep.
something.
So you're
Yeah.
with your 14. Yeah, you can find a
Cool.
dagger.
Dagger sounds great. I'll take that.
Okay.
And then being invisible still.
Hmm.
I want to get into like assassin sneak behind bad guy mode.
Okay, give me another stealth check.
Dagger to the throat. Done.
Can you use
Straight
your,
roll.
That's a
Natural
26,
20.
nat 20.
Oh yeah.
can you use your shadow blade?
Yeah, but I have to like.
Yeah, but I have to
Yeah,
I
cast
can
it.
remember it's there.
Well, that also requires
Also-
concentration.
It does.
Well,
Shadow
oh,
Blade bad.
sorry.
Okay.
Can't stack with
So-
invisibility.
All right. So you basically took your action to search, found the dagger.
Oh yeah, I'm not attacking.
Yeah,
I'm
and then
going into
you
position.
moved around to try to go behind this guy.
Yeah,
Is
because the
that-
other guy's not close enough, right? Yeah,
Not
so
yet.
I guess
Idiots.
get
We
in
are.
position to tackle this guy and
Mhm.
blah blah
You were
blah.
a great idiot.
All right. So and as you strike this one, he's like, ah, 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 as you're, basically slicing his legs because you're coming from underneath.
Yeah, I just took
Yeah,
out his
Achilles
kneecaps.
heel.
And as you're doing that, Obo, now hearing the screams and everything, he runs up and throws a net on top of the wagon. You're underneath it.
Well, I
You moved
went-
around behind the guy.
Unless
So
you're on his
nobody's
friend,
in the
yeah.
wagon. He doesn't know that.
Yeah.
So now there is
I mean,
a net on the wagon.
attacked him for all he knew.
Exactly.
so-
Now there's a net on the wagon.
These guys love their nets.
And he's like,
But you have
He-
no idea.
We were told.
and
Yeah.
and then he pulls an axe out after that, and he's looking around. That's all he can do. Framp, the other one, who you attacked his legs, is now very unhappy about that, and he sees you underneath, stabbing at him, and he's like, "Ah!" And he takes his greatsword and he swings at you.
Because I'm under the wagon, do I have partial cover?
Sure.
Very well.
Yeah,
Then
probably.
+2 to my AC.
Okay. So what is your AC?
It would be 16 then. Which is my normal AC.
Yeah. That is gonna hit.
Jason said, "Nah, fam, this ain't gonna be easy."
I mean, they have pretty high to hit bonuses.
Yeah, that is gonna hit.
These
And
absolute brutes.
as he
I'm sure they're very easy to hit though.
and that is 13 points of piercing damage.
Honestly, I expected worse. I appreciate this.
And his
Here comes the necrotic.
second attack
No, it's actually purple worm poison.
hit
Ah.
for 16
Worse.
points of piercing.
There
Or
we
sorry,
go.
slashing. Both are slashing, not piercing. Sorry.
Oh, you see, I have resistance to slashing
No,
damage
you don't.
because I suddenly decided I did.
So that's his turn. It is now your turn. And all the while, "Rah!" they're making noise.
Yeah, he's being a loud
Fucker, really.
bitch.
Yeah, I mean you stabbed his ass and then he's attacking. Yeah, they're making noise now.
You stab him in the ass.
A Horizon Walker feature once again. This time my attacks are not at advantage.
Okay.
But I'm going to go ahead and how far away is Obo from Fuckhead?
No, he's up there now. He's
Hey,
like
don't
literally
step on
like
my man
5 feet
Framp.
away.
Framp? That's what his name is.
Framp
Sorry,
and
he's
Obo.
a Dark Souls character then.
Fram. It is Fram.
Alright, so that is a 16 to hit on the first attack.
Okay.
Does
That hits.
I love happy
Second
sounds.
attack, also 16.
That hits.
Absolutely.
Alright, so 7, 11, so 17 damage on the first hit on Framp.
And ramp goes down.
Very well. I would like to go ahead and teleport my 10 feet to my second target.
Is this too?
Okay.
Then that is going to be 11 damage on the second attack. Then I will make my third attack because I am attacking a second target.
Yep.
Natural 20, baby! 6, 11 plus 6. That is going to be 17 damage on my third attack.
Very nice.
As the Obo sees me kill his friend and colleague, and I teleport right in his face and just fucking slash him across the chest.
Mm-hmm. Very, very nice.
You know, I actually think we should try to befriend the orcs. Like a really nice beach episode.
Gold is got bloodlust in his eyes. You see bloodshot characteristic.
I mean, but if it was a beach episode, he could mellow out a little.
You know that scene in Venture Bros when
No, I don't.
they say, "Go ahead and take his weapon." No, he's his body.
Go on.
Go ahead.
Take
Take
it.
it from me.
It is
It's
your
that.
turn.
Okay, so I guess
Take
I'm gonna go up to the other guy.
Obo.
from behind.
Mhm.
And
Hey,
from being
Ma'am.
indivisible,
Mhm.
I'm gonna
Right,
go up
she's-
behind him and
You're at
say,
advantage.
Yeah.
If you're gonna attack.
Early Brock was
It's
one
like,
of
what
my favorite
happened?
characters ever.
and I'm gonna whisper into his ear and go,
the whole first 3 seasons of Brock is the best.
no one likes a crier. And I'm gonna fucking slit his throat.
Okay, roll your attack.
Would
That
you
At
like
advantage
red?
because
uh, 14 plus whatever a
Oh,
dagger
here.
is gonna give me.
I got liquor still.
for your attack
Thank
roll,
you.
Bro, the
Yeah.
fuck you mean there's
Well,
liquor in there?
you
Oh,
should
whiskey.
have.
Should be your dex plus your proficiency.
Brother, I am
It's gonna be
Pain
basically
on the
the same as
oh,
that.
whiskey
So,
with
yeah,
Mountain Dew.
that you'll hit.
14 plus something.
Yeah, you'll hit.
I hit. I don't
And
know
you
what a
don't even
dagger
wanna
does.
Daggers
Mhm.
1d4, I
Why am I
believe.
even here?
I
'Cause we
believe.
enjoy your
Logan?
company.
Dagger 1d4.
1d4.
Yeah, that's that thing. 1d4
Crits at
plus
19.
Your dex.
your dex mod
So that's
plus 1 for you.
that's a 3.
Wait, she only has a +1 at dex?
Yeah.
How is your
I upped my con and not my dex.
stealth so high?
It's only a +6. I thought it was high, and then they all
It's
said
'cause
theirs
she's
were
a
low, and I was
warlock
like,
specializing in
never mind.
shadows.
So, what'd you get for damage?
3.
Okay.
But I did slit its throat specifically, so at least flavor-wise, I did a cool.
So you see, and he has
Paper
a
cut.
shaving cut on his neck now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
A little bit of razor burn
A
shows
little
up.
bit of razor burn.
Jason, do you want any of this wine?
Sure.
Pass that to Jason, please. Or pour him a glass.
What was that?
All right. So,
Honey, 2 inches above the
Oh my
glass.
god, I'm just gonna fucking pour
Listen,
it.
if you're gonna complain, then you do it.
I
Alright.
would have if I know he's gonna pass
Alright.
the glass.
so
You told me to do it. You could
It's
just
okay.
then hand me the cup and I'll
it's
do
okay.
it.
So it is.
I thought we were
And
done.
It is Obo's turn,
Man.
and
And now we can see.
Obo not happy.
Why I barely
Obo a
fucking hit
bitch.
you.
Obo
Kiss
not.
him on the cheek.
Obo not happy. Obo spins around with his axe
And
at
fucking
you.
black.
But I'm holding on to him like a backpack.
Yeah. No,
Wait, where'd she go?
that's clearly a hit.
Oh yeah, no, my AC
Oh,
guard.
My broad and muscle
Yeah.
shoulders are always
fine.
sore. I don't
14
know.
points of slashing damage, and
Bro,
the second
he hit you
attack
when you were
also
invisible.
hit.
No, I became visible because I hit him.
Yep. 10 points of slashing,
You
so
hit.
24 in total
Yeah,
between the
barely.
two.
Yeah.
And
It's fine. I'll live.
And-
probably.
oh, she just hit.
Oh, can I hellish rebuke his ass?
you absolutely
Because I
can.
remember I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Does that require any components?
I don't know. I'm looking.
I'm
mean,
pretty
I-
sure
I don't
it's
think
just
it's-
I think
verbal.
I think
a
it's just
thing I can
verbal.
do.
Also,
Actually, it's just a
I
I think
figure
it's an ability.
reaction. I don't think it
Hellish
requires anything.
rebuke, I believe.
But
is an
go ahead
ability.
and speak your piece, sir.
racial ability. She's a tiefling.
Yeah, it's just a thing I could do.
There you go.
3d10 fire.
Imagine being hit and going, hold on, I have to pull this out of my pouch.
Ah!
Yeah, there's no component.
Give me a second.
2, 2, and 4. 8
8 points.
of fire.
I'm just so real. I forgot Hellish Rebuke was even.
I do too.
No, just
Okay.
entire.
Okay, no, actually, her Infernal Legacy says you can cast Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
So,
Well, either way, it's just verbal and semantics. There's no components. so-
yeah, and that's fine. That's fine. It's just letting you, yeah, just
Yeah.
verifying.
That's-
So
I
the
was
verbal
looking
is
it up.
fuck you, and you flick the middle finger.
Mhm.
Then they get
Or
set
you,
on fire.
or you go, I hellishly rebuke you, and
I'm
then
gonna go.
And you
"What
give them a
the
little
fuck?"
heart, and then
Yeah.
fire
give,
up
give him
from
a
it.
heart, or you just do half of it.
I'm gonna do a what the fuck.
Just do half.
Yeah.
They didn't do it, so they get damage.
Yeah, no, it I fucking.
Ninth one,
gargled
champ
dice,
sets
so-
on fire.
Option.
All right, so 8 damage. All
I
right,
would
Kill him
love-
with, kill with
I would
kindness.
love for us to merge these combats soon.
and he goes
Starting to feel like this should have been a simple-
"Ah!" and yells. No, he doesn't shush. He doesn't. He makes a lot of noise. Okay.
Percy's still gonna shush him.
It is up to the top of the round. Now it would be Framp, but Framp is dead.
Not my
But-
problem.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah,
I
but
hate this game.
what's good for them is they have made noise,
That's fine.
and now
Oh, they're-
10 more orcs come between the tents and
Alright.
surround the area around this wagon. You two are now like toe to toe with Oboe. Well, you're in front of him. Actually, you're in front of him because he spun around you. You're behind him. But now there are 10 more orcs around, and you can hear more stirring.
Hi, my name's Persephone. You're probably wondering how
Yeah.
I got
Yeah, I should have.
It is
That's me.
your turn. Noel.
So, I would like to do. Or actually, Jason, question:
Mhm.
the cage to the baby purple worm.
Yes,
How far away is it?
about 30 feet.
All right,
the purple nurple worm.
I'm going to go ahead and make my first attack at Oboe.
Okay.
Go for the eyes.
17.
That hits.
1738.
All right. Horizon Walker feature.
Hello. How's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
6 plus 6, 12 damage.
Okay. Oboe drops.
Good.
Teleport 10 feet, move my rest of the distance. I'm going to. Is there a lock on the cage door for the purple worm?
You're not sure exactly what constitutes a lock here. It looks like there's something wrapped around.
What seems to be holding this cage?
It looks like sinew wrapped around multiple times between two of the bones.
I'm going to go ahead and attack this thing
Go.
twice as my secondary target.
Okay. Give me attack rolls.
So we have the same idea, though.
20.
And your second attack?
17.
All right, roll your damage. Not too hard to hit it. It's not moving.
13.
Okay.
Minimal damage. 8.
Nice.
Okay.
But what I did-
You managed to cut through surprisingly strong sinew, about half of them.
Well, that sucks.
It's still securely held, but half of the fiber, the strands of sinew that wrapped around basically turned into like a very heavy duty.
Big girl, you were being
it's-
fine.
It
Calm
almost
down.
seems like it is. It's almost like it's a cable. Okay, like a
It's
steel
very
cable.
highly entwined.
Yeah, it almost seems
fibrous,
like a
yet metal.
steel cable, but made out of sinew. You cut through half of them that are wrapping it around, but there's still half there, so it's still closed.
So, last thing I'd like to do, if you'd allow me, I want to make a nature check.
Sure.
And I would like to tell this purple worm, if you want to live, fight with us.
Okay.
He's like, I don't want to.
Let me check real fast.
You can't make me.
5 more minutes.
Yeah. I don't have the spell slot right now to try and cast a spell to have it comprehend me, so I'm just going to make a nature check, which,
Okay.
because I'm exhausted, requires me to roll at disadvantage. So, that is a 10.
Okay. With that 10, you know enough to know these things have an intelligence 1. It is not
They're
smart
not
enough.
smart, yeah.
It is not smart enough to understand.
It's barely even
anything.
alive.
It's smart enough to know
It's hungry.
that's food. I'm going to try to eat it. That's about it. Anything it sees that is smaller than it, it considers food. Period. Other than that, if it's bigger than it, it considers it a danger and it tries to get away. That's it. It is all instinct. It is not smart enough. So that's what you're like. Yeah. Okay. Shit.
For me, it's fine anyway. Add chaos.
Your turn.
Okay. The three of the mini cages. The ones that look like they have the most intelligible or like strongest humanoids in there are the ones I'm targeting.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast, door, /lock appropriately.
Okay. Roll your attacks.
You
You're
have
targeting
a
stationary objects.
Does a
It's not.
14 hit?
Yes.
Okay, then they all hit.
You have to hit a 10.
All
It's
I
a
know is I
stationary
rolled a
fucking object.
3 and a 5 and I
Yeah,
panicked.
yeah. Roll your damage for each one, and you're going for 3 separate cages.
Correct.
Okay.
This fell out underneath the desk where I'm at. Don't know why.
You're breaking my fucking table.
I didn't do anything. I
And
just
it's you.
Sick,
I didn't
baby.
do shit.
No, those are all individual.
Oh, 2, 4,
No,
and
I
8.
just put my legs
2,
up
4,
here,
and 8.
and then
And I
something
used the
fell
meta
down here
magic
down.
for that.
That's it.
Okay. Looks like you damaged it a tiny bit.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. It now is back to top of the round.
It's advanced.
Oh, and then while I'm doing this, I am saying to the cage, dudes,
Mhm.
all who want to join the revenge party are welcome to.
Okay. So now
And then I'd like to move so that I'm not in getting surrounded.
you already are surrounded, so
Oh.
you'll have to. If you're gonna try to move out of it, you're going to end up moving past people.
Okay, never mind then.
Unless you
So-
teleport, but you use your action.
Well, it's a bonus action actually.
Do you
So
want
I
to use
will
it?
bonus action GTFO.
To where?
How like surrounding their
They're basically the wagon is here.
uh-huh.
You're like on the ground
Yeah.
next to it, near the back end of it. Gold is over by the cages, about 30 feet or so away. They are around the wagon, kind of surrounding the
Okay,
wagon in the
but
area.
one of the cages like 60 feet away ish.
Hey, Jen.
Okay.
One of the ones I hit.
One of the ones you hit? Okay, so
The
those
furthest away of the ones I
furthest to the way you hit would be about 50
hit.
feet.
Sounds great. I'll do that.
Okay.
Jen. GTFO stands for Gabriel the Frog Overlord, right?
Yes.
See.
Okay, so what happens is
Common
is their
misconception,
turn.
It's actually Gaston.
you go poof. They go, what the fuck? And they look.
Gabriel implies the
And
biblical, and we don't
They see
associate-
gold about 30 feet away. And because they can, bonus action.
They throw a fucking net.
No, bonus action, they fucking run up.
Oh.
Because they're aggressive. They're aggressive motherfuckers. So they can. So they can run up. And. What's your AC right now? 16?
Well, I'm not under partial cover, so it's currently 14.
14. Okay. So 3 nets land on you. One on top of the other.
They
Red
ran
fog.
up there all fucking.
They
big
said,
and scary,
"Anyways."
like,
You
and they
are-
go,
You are grappled and restrained. The others run towards you. And your AC right now?
garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably gonna hit me.
What is it, like 11?
For the sake of just saying it,
Probably.
Let's see.
I don't know what
Your
their
AC
movement
is
is.
your AC is normally 13.
yeah, I'm not going for AC. I'm going for what their movement
And
is.
you don't have your cloak. Yeah. Oh no. Because they can bonus action and then move. They can get there. Because they're
I should have
aggressive.
moved further away.
Yeah. So 4 nets
Oh
land
yeah,
on
no, so they hit me. It's fine.
And then the remaining 2, one takes a pot shot at you, and one takes a pot shot at you. And
That's
those
not
are an
very
advantage.
It's I'm sure because we're restricted and restrained, it's an automatic crit.
No. That's only if you are paralyzed.
Oh,
Oh,
they were alive.
Well, they're gonna hit me.
Or
So-
unconscious.
But they are an advantage.
They're gonna hit me.
Yep. And oh god. So that's a nat 20 on you.
okay, go ahead.
And so what I need you to do is you are going to have to roll a constitution save at disadvantage. You're going to have to roll just a regular constitution save.
Sir, I need to know why I'm rolling a con save at disadvantage.
It could be funny.
I'll tell you after you get the result.
15.
13.
It's the best con save I've done in so long.
Almost.
Am I paralyzed now?
Nope.
You did it. No, you didn't.
You get hit by saps
What?
right on the back of the neck. You both go unconscious.
What's a sap?
A
But did I-
sap is basically it's kind of like a leather satchel filled with like
Claw.
steel beads and stuff like that.
Mm.
It's used to basically it's designed to knock people the fuck out.
They got hit with
Brain damage.
Bro, there's
But
a
no
con
damage.
save here
They got
that
No,
I just
no
don't got.
damage, but it knocks you the fuck out.
Bro,
So cool.
that's such nonsense there.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it wasn't a Golden Percy only session, so he had to cut you short.
You start to wake up yet again. Again, you are still exhausted, but now you are feeling worse. You got a bigger headache. It is distracting. It makes it harder to concentrate on things. So for concentration checks only, you will also be at disadvantage. Technically, you would be, with exhaustion, but whatever. But you're at, for those, you are also at disadvantage. As you wake up because you hear loud roaring. And as you kind of shake the fog from your head and eyes, you see all but a couple new guards that are now watching you bolting towards one end of the camp and out. And you hear the sounds of combat. You hear a and then again. And then you hear a boom. And another one, boom, as something is happening. After just a couple minutes, the sound dies down.
Lightning flying across the night sky.
And then a few minutes later, you see dragging along the ground, encased in nets, your three companions. And wrapped a net around them with leads holding onto them so that their legs can still move. You see Cassiopeia also being kind of led along, but like wrapped up in a net. Her wings cannot expand, and she's basically, if they wanted to, they can cinch it up, and she's gonna fall to the ground because it'll pull up under her legs.
Damn, she.
They drag them, and you guys, through the nets, get stripped of your gear. It all gets thrown in the wagon.
Wait, hold on. They could take my battle axe through the net. I can't swing at someone from inside.
It's not like just through the net, but it's like they're manhandling you guys. You're kind of overwhelmed. It's really kind of hard to fight off literally like dozens of hands holding you down and pulling all your shit off. It's just physically really, really hard to do.
Even with stone giant strength on me still?
Even with stone giant strength, it's kind of hard when an ogre's holding you.
All right.
When an ogre's holding you that has strength just as good as yours. In fact, I think it's a little better.
26?
The strength
pretty
that the
fucking
giant.
high.
Ogre is our giant can after all.
And they then get tossed into the cage with you.
Same cage?
Same cage. You're all now in the same cage.
How we doing?
And you clearly see all of your gear get tossed into the wagon. They don't learn.
I imagine the stuff that we took while we were captured, they took again.
They did.
Except for the stuff I shoved up my ass.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Kept
includes the following.
Kept that comfortable hot metal.
The prison wallet?
Careful.
So,
Very sharp, very sharp, very sharp.
so you guys
You're cutting the edges.
find
You're
yourself
so hard.
in this cage without any of your gear, and standing in front of the cage
Laughs at barbarian.
is the orc war chief, the ogre standing behind him, his son and his mate standing on either side,
Percy flips him off.
surrounded by all that. He sees that and he... And does anyone besides Tomer speak or? Okay. So you two understand as he says, "You will be tamed."
Jason, in response, I'd like to cast silence.
Yeah, with that shut.
Okay. Does that
Main
require
hand
any components?
No, verbal semantic. I just go, shut the fuck up, and it happens.
Okay. You cast silence, and
Oh,
what is
man.
that range of like, or is it like
Birds
20
in
foot
front of
radius?
him, so-
It
Oh, that's right. It's
It is.
You want to sitting crisscross with his
20
arms
foot
crossed
sphere.
as well, watching this unfold.
So you cast silence, and immediately everything is quiet. So
I
quiet.
just kind of flick off the orc.
So quiet it hurts. It's like that quiet.
It's okay. I can read lips. What are
Yeah.
you saying?
And he goes for a sec.
I go.
No, you can't. That doesn't make any sound.
You can't hear me.
No, he's still doing the.
Yeah, he's doing this, but it doesn't make any sound.
Yeah, no, I just go.
Points to his ear.
What?
You can't be heard either.
I know.
That's assuming you didn't cast it further back, so we can still hear shit.
It
That's
depends. You just said you cast it.
I cast it on him. He's
Yeah,
the
so, yeah,
target
you're
of
all
the
in-
spell.
AOE?
Yeah,
It's-
it is.
it's a-
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So
You're all encompassed.
I don't care. I'm just going.
I would
I
like,
can't
while Gold's
hear
doing that, I would like to do
you.
something. I'd be like,
No, but I literally my semantic is I flick him off.
Okay.
Do I
And
cast darkness?
He kind of goes through it. He's like, and then because you can read lips, it's clearly laughing. He laughs.
I'm really sorry. I hate to be the actually here, but it is somatic, not semantic.
Yeah.
Arguing semantics.
No, it's arguing semantics.
He just walked into it.
can we just get on so we can kill this fucker?
Apparently, I cannot cast darkness because it requires components that I don't have.
Mhm.
Required
Okay.
some darkness.
Anyways, I just flick off the orc and silence.
And even so, you're currently in silence. So if it required any verbal, you can't.
I can have some dreams, okay?
So
The lip balm really sold that in her
He-
outfit. Like,
he looks over his
shut
right
up,
shoulder
sweetie.
at his mate. It just kind of goes like that. And you see her, she kind of rolls her eyes. And then she literally turns around and starts walking and walking. And then all of a sudden, she turns back around after she's walked quite a ways. Turn around, she's probably a good 40 feet away. She walked quite a ways. And she turned around and she goes,
What did she say?
she said, since you understand orc and you can read lips, she's like, testing. Can I hear? Okay, yeah, I can hear. Good. And then she looks and she goes, humna. Dispel magic. And she casts a spell magic.
That's canon. How you cast that now?
Okay.
Humana.
Yep.
Spell magic.
And
She like a see.
I
Or she
assume,
goes and says some shit in orcish.
and
Literally some shit in order.
the silence drops.
How long can I keep that up?
It dispels it. So you can keep doing it if you got spell slot.
I do, but I'm wondering how long I want to keep doing
It's up to you. But
Can I get comfy?
you can.
Cool.
Bjorn is still sitting crisscross with his arms crossed, glaring at the orc guy. He believes he cheated.
You can believe
Orcs
that.
always cheat.
Yes.
You should know this, Bjorn.
He is
Yes.
sitting quietly.
Leon's gonna look at the shaman who had dispelled things
Mhm.
and just kind of go, "Where'd you learn to perform like that? Talk school for the mentally challenged?
What
And-
language are you saying that in?
It common, but doesn't matter. It's
Okay.
vicious mockery."
Okay, that's fine.
I can't understand you, but I can tell you're making fun of me.
What's the range on that?
60 feet.
Perfect.
So yeah, I
You
need
hear someone
her
talking shit about
to
this, okay?
make
It's like, I
a
heard
wisdom
some
saving
words.
throw.
I know what some of those
DC 18.
I heard Pedro. What
Okay.
the fuck?
That's a fail.
All right, so she's gonna take. If I can roll in the thing.
We're like fish in a barrel right now. She decides to just like continually fireball.
She'll break the cage.
7 points of psychic damage.
One of us
Okay.
has counter
I
spell.
give her a
right?
nosebleed.
The fuck you mean none of us have counter
She-
spell?
I don't counter.
I'm level 2 paladin. I'm that shit.
Paladins don't get counter spell.
What did she say?
She says, funny man.
How many?
Weak.
How many of them?
She called you
I know I couldn't understand that.
Yes.
I'm gonna just lean over and be like,
UGLI.
she called
You
you.
don't have an alibi. You ugly.
So yeah, it's literally to describe the scene. You have the Shatterjaws,
Okay.
the clan
Okay.
there. The
That's
only
like-
ones that are not there are and you can make the assumption it would be maybe children and those that are looking after the children at the time.
So, Jason, as he mentioned, or the shaman mentions how weak Leon is,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cue on this and say in Orcish, so weak, he could be tied to a post outside and no guards, and he'd be fine. I'm going to punch him in the fucking mouth.
Okay.
Gold in its long
Roll
history
an
of
attack
friendly
roll.
fire.
I'm going to go ahead and roll for attack on Leon.
Can I cast spell too?
That is a 19.
Okay, that hits.
Yeah,
I
you're
am
definitely
going to
gonna
roll minimal damage though. I'm gonna
You're
pull.
pulling your punches.
I
You
am.
take 1 point.
Owie.
What do you want to cast?
Dominate person.
On who?
The big leader dude.
Can we just give
Okay.
these orcs a chance to like fuck
No.
off for a second instead of just mag dumping your spell slots for no reason?
I didn't use a spell slot.
I'm
No, I'm
7th
just-
level.
Neither did
Oh,
I.
I like this
punched
is
the
5th
bitch.
level.
You
said
silent.
It's a level 2 spell slot.
Which is why she didn't even need to roll to dispel it.
Exactly. It's nonsense. It's just
It's just you're being defiant. So you're gonna roll dominate person on who specifically again?
The leader dude.
The war chief. All right. What's your what's the save?
Wisdom 18.
A weighteen, if you will.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we weren't silenced anymore when you said that.
Correct.
Mhm.
You would have heard me say how weak he is and hit him in the face.
Bjorn would probably like grab you by the shoulder and throw you back and say, "Gold, what the hell are you doing?"
The command.
Proving a
I'm
point,
going to
Bjorn.
say
Do you speak orc as well?
is-
No.
Actually, yeah.
Give
he
me
Oh,
would-
that
did you
one
say that in
shot.
orc?
I said it in Orcish,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, well I would have
He
seen.
would have
Keep
heard
coming,
me.
'cause I don't
I
know
would have
the
seen
other
you
one.
punch him,
But it's a telepathic thing, so I hope to
and then I would have thrown you back.
You want to throw it back?
Yeah.
So, hold on, guys.
Fucking torques
So-
against me.
You cast that, and for a second he goes.
And also, I'm technically sitting down getting comfy, so like it doesn't look like I'm obviously like
No,
going
but
at him. No, I'm
but
obviously yeah. I'm just throwing that part out there too.
Well,
I'm sitting down behind all the boys who are actively punching each other in the face and glaring.
Bjorn is now standing in between
True.
you, like you
however,
and
Oh yeah.
It says-
mm,
him. What
I,
point are you trying
There.
to prove?
I will say this. However,
I'm gonna get
it does require verbal
in your
component,
face.
which
Yeah.
means
I lean
yeah,
down
it's
for you.
obvious that you're
Oh yeah.
saying
Yeah,
saying a
correct.
spell.
And wait for this.
And so he like kind of grabs his head for a second, shakes it. Then he looks at all of you. He looks at you. And again in Orcish,
Someone shoot this thing.
which for you guys you
Nice
would know
try,
you
good
would know
luck,
that
fuck off.
he says essentially, nice try.
He says you're not good enough.
I know.
And then
Tell me about it.
he says to all of you, he says, you will become pets. You are the only two that understand what he's saying. You will become pets. We will toy with you, and you will deal with it. And when we tire of you, you will be no more. Maybe, if you're lucky, we'll sell you off to another tribe, and you might get to continue to live.
Do you hear this guy yapping?
I'm gonna
No,
stay back in
actually
Orcish.
don't know what he's saying.
Can you just fuck off? Like, no one cares about you. You're an inbred. Fuck off.
Inconsequential, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm not
I'm
taking-
just
Do you hear this inbred, weak
no.
warlord chief? In fact,
I think the mother was a rock, and the
Jason,
father
can I
was
make a history
just
check
fucking
real
whatever
fast?
a kid.
Sure.
what was the tribe that I had dealt with that was trying to enslave the dragon? Was it this tribe?
No.
No? What was the tribe name?
She may fuck you.
I have to look it up. You take it. Take
Insert-
it.
Just give me a random answer. It's
I know,
fine.
just,
The name's inconsequential.
it's not.
Oh,
It's not. I have to look it up.
Oh. It's not inconsequential.
The
Shit.
clan of cream of some.
It actually means something.
The corn wrangler.
Give me a second.
No.
what a
First
what a
you're
question.
banned.
The lesser
Take it in
chance.
The Sigmas.
The masturbators.
The privileged kids.
You mean the white kids?
Sure.
Or
Not these days.
hold on, whoa. We need to establish something in Orcish here. Green to brown skin. Shit.
We're not going that route. We're not doing this right now.
All right.
We're on stream. I need an answer.
I'm not giving you an answer.
Yeah.
You can ask the DM
You're
about that
treading
one,
on
bud.
dangerous water. Enough of that.
Sir,
I actually think orcs should
the
be, like,
whole
bright
us
blue.
versus orcs thing has already been dangerous.
Okay, there, I found it.
There we go. We
it
have an
is-
orc clan name.
It is the Crushing Sand.
The Crushing Sand.
Mhm.
It's really hard to do.
I'll go ahead and mention the Crushing Sand meant nothing. What at this point, 150 years ago? You will mean nothing now.
He once again looks at his mate, nods, looks at all the others and says, "Lesson time. Everybody moves back." And
I get real comfy in my nap because I know it's gonna hurt.
I need everybody, as everyone, they move back away from all of the cages. And she, sitting a decent ways away, begins casting. And I need everyone to make intelligence saves.
Hold on, I want to do
That's
a
not good.
thing, but I don't know if I can do the thing.
Jason.
Mhm.
Can I make an intelligence check for a reaction?
Oh, wait, no, that was a check.
Is she making an attack?
Technically, you can. What are you trying to do?
So I would like to notice people backing up.
But
Everyone, you can all see it. It's clear.
Well, have that clue into the fact that I would like to cast a spell to.
Is it a reaction spell?
No.
Then you can't interrupt this.
Oh, I can't
Okay.
blink.
Is it a reaction?
No.
Then no.
That feels so bad.
3 for what?
For the intelligence scene.
Okay.
I rolled a 6 - 1 on an
This is
int
a
check.
saving
And I
throw.
think, oh shit, and I clicked the save and got a nat 20, but it's still the same check, so
This
it's a
would be
5.
saving throw.
Saving throw, intelligence save.
That's a 10.
I'd be cheating if I took the 20.
17, Jason.
23.
Okay, so
Well,
you're going to take half damage.
I have +6 to intelligence saving throws.
I'm joking.
You're going to take half. Everyone else is taking full.
So,
36 points of psychic damage. And that goes through in a very large area. Basically, all the cages are hit. And everyone is, like screaming in agony. The one of the dwarves
Just drops.
stops moving. Period.
Aw. Timblebuck.
Grumpy, no.
The other one looks fucked up as he's got like blood coming out of both his ears, his nose, and his eyes. Even.
Bjorn staggers like, ah, and grabs his head.
I will grip a bar and just stare the orc in the eyes.
Alright,
And
nap
just
time.
fucking take it.
First he goes to bed.
I'm not doing so hot.
And the war chief just smiles and goes, "Keep an eye on these. They have spirit. We need to break that." And then turns around and walks. His mate and his son go with him.
Okay.
So does the ogre.
Okay.
Most of the orcs go, but now there are 4 guards keeping an eye on the cages.
As he's walking away. Ooh, Tanalaki. Break my body. Not my spirit.
They said, okay, as they surround you with baseball bats.
So,
Owie.
I'll just continually taunt them to make them waste their energy swinging at the fucking cage.
Ouch.
so
Good call.
they
Why
they
did
move
you
away.
punch me?
I was trying to bait a reaction.
It didn't work.
No, it didn't. I apologize.
All is forgiven.
Who's the hurt? Who's the most hurt?
I'm not doing super hot.
I'm gonna use my lay on hands and heal you back up.
Okay.
I'm like 100 hit points dead.
I do have
Whatever.
Cure Wounds at a very high spell level at this point.
So you get 5
Does it
healing from me.
require a component?
No, it doesn't. Although I'm gonna save my 4th level spell slot, as I have a couple of remaining.
And then I'll also give you cure wounds.
It's healing me.
Logan, what after Oscar? Where are you sitting?
I'm at 7.
I'm also
You're
giving.
at fucking.
After
I was at
being
2,
healed
yeah.
twice?
What else?
I haven't gotten.
I haven't done
Oh,
the 2d8.
okay. I was like, didn't he just heal you twice? How
All
are
right,
you still
I'm gonna
at
go
7?
ahead and still do this then.
After you two make your peace, Yorna's gonna sit back down in the cage somewhere and
Oh yeah, Percy's fat napping.
16.
Thank you.
close his eyes and attempt to collect himself.
You now
24.
For
I got
You-
max
you
healing
guys-
on your ass.
find yourselves in the cage all together. Your gear is in the wagon. You all know that, which is about 25 feet away. There are 4
guards,
guards. They are being a little more vigilant than the 2 were before, than Framp and Obo.
They got fired.
Yep, they got
From
fired
light,
from light.
yeah.
Yeah, they still got fired.
And yes, there is some losses that were accrued by you guys, basically taking out some motherfuckers. But for the most part, the clan still survives, and this is where you are now.
You live here now.
Jason, I would like to commune with my flame and see where my sword is once again.
Okay.
And see if I can, or actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna commune with my sword. I'm just gonna locate creature again and name Shade and see where Shade is in relevance. to me.
Shade is
8 feet away.
no. Shade is 25 feet away in the wagon again.
Oh, my bad.
In the wagon again, but this time more on top because it was basically just
Yeah,
top
she was just thrown on top of everything.
So it's
Okay.
just in there.
All right. Well, I will go ahead and examine the guard and determine a good time to
Okay.
leave.
While you guys are taking the time to do that, you also note it is probably about 3:30 in the morning, and it is
Means I can use my
pitch.
axe
It is
again.
pitch black out, with the exception of the fires that are lit in this encampment. And this is where we're going to take our break.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're going to take a 10-minute break. We will be back. As a reminder for anyone who is watching on YouTube or Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, you can affect the game by super chatting and telling us what you want to see happen. And as long as it doesn't completely break the game, we're going to find a way to make it happen. Same thing on Twitch. If you're watching on Twitch and you donate Twitch bits and say, I would like to see this happen. Again, if it's not completely game breaking, we're going to make it happen. Examples, making one of us talk in a funny fucking accent for the entire rest of the stream, or saying stuff like, hey, I want Persephone to teleport herself on top of the ogre's head and dance a jig, or whatever crazy shit we'll allow to happen. You can figure it out and super chat or donate Twitch bits
I
to make
will
it happen.
happily talk in a
Okay.
stereotypically German accent the rest of the session, yeah?
That's
Sounds
not
really
German.
good.
What the fuck is that?
No.
It's the worst German accent you've
It
ever
is
heard.
the worst German accent.
It's not even German.
That's what makes it the worst.
This is a very good session.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Any-
That's
Anyway.
not a very good German accent.
We are going to take our
That's
break.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, not a German accent.
That's
sir.
close enough.
We will
No, that's Austrian.
Yeah.
Fuck.
we'll
Close
see
enough.
you in just about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
See you.
Goodbye. Expensive.
Okay, we are back.
Hi.
So, we are back from break. And, if you're just tuning into us now, where we left off, the party is currently in a large cage, captives of the
Yes.
Shatterjaw clan of orcs on the continent of TOGG.
More like Shadow Bitch.
So, for the next
Hour?
while,
1 hour?
1 hour, 2 hours,
Approximately one short's rest worth of minutes.
for the next
Aw.
time frame, for however long you desire. It is still like literally about 3:30 in the morning, so
Hang out with
the
Caitlin.
sun's probably not going to be up for at least another like 4 hours or so, approximate, you estimate. And during that time, you are essentially left alone with the exception of the 4 guards that are keeping an eye on the cages. Okay. At one point, you do notice that they drag out the one dead dwarf,
Feed him to the purple.
and he gets dragged off somewhere.
He was the realist.
But however much time you want to use in your planning and observing and things like that, let me know. Because you have from now until whenever, you don't know exactly when, if they decide to do anything with you, but you have from now until at some point where no one's really bothering you other than the watchful eye of the guards.
I would like to do.
Okay.
Are we just outside in ground? Like, what's the floor of the?
The floor of the cage is literally, I mean, it's a cage. It's bone, and still, about bones about that far apart. But it is sitting on Earth.
Okay. Is it diggable?
You can fit your hand between there and dig.
So I'm going to dig a little hole and then sit on top of the hole so it's not like I'm digging the hole and they can see I'm digging the hole. Mage hand, when the timing is appropriate, is going to grab some random shit from the cart up to 10 pounds that it can carry, bring it over here. I'm
Or
gonna put it in
5,
the
since
hole.
mage hand
No,
can do 5.
10. I looked it up. It's 10 pounds.
They change. Is that
I
the
have
new
Yeah, but it's
version?
his game.
Is that the new version?
I don't know, but it says 10 pounds. It says legacy.
Really?
Oh, Legacy.
Legacy
That's
is
our
the-
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is our game.
10 pounds, baby.
You know what weighs less than 10 pounds?
I-
My dick.
Shade.
It does.
Not my axe, probably.
Your axe probably
no.
weighs like 15.
No, Shade weighs 10.00001. No,
Yeah,
I'm just
okay.
joking. I'm just joking. No,
yeah, like whatever.
yeah.
This is a poorly
Reasonable.
weighted
Yeah,
store.
This
a
sword's got all the
and-
weight in its scabbard.
anything like a properly
All on the
balanced
edge of the
long
blade,
sword or anything like that size or
I feel like a
smaller.
mini
Spell
black hole at the
component
edge.
Your
bag.
spell
That's fucking
component
great.
bag, things
All
like
the
that.
weight is in the
Things
dead
like that. So
center
spell
of the
component
blade.
bag,
Well,
weapons that I can reasonably bring
Think-
over.
things that you can
Great
see
at
from
parry,
here because
nothing
you have
else.
to be able to
I
see
don't-
Yeah,
what
no,
you're
that's
grabbing.
fair too. But I mean,
Okay.
whatever I can reasonably
I gotta
grab,
talk to you.
Okay.
I would like to start making us
I've
a
been doing
little
some stupid
stash.
shit.
Okay,
And then
So-
I would like to take a short rest.
okay. So,
Did we
It-
complete a short rest?
well, hold on.
Oh,
So, that is what you are going to attempt.
hold it.
I will need you to
said hold
do a sleight of hand to try to, because the mage hand is a physical thing that is going and grabbing something and floating back with this object to try to sneak it past him, so to speak,
Hey, what was
Um,
that?
so that they don't see.
Most of them in the wind.
Oh look, there's this. Why is there a
They turn
floating
around
spell pouch in a semi-translucent hand that's, a spectral-looking hand floating between these? What,
Hear the Fantasia broom song?
Average Tuesday.
It's a six.
It's all the magical stuff. It's just walking
what is your
back.
sleight of hand check?
7.
Okay.
Go on. Take it from me.
It's not very
So,
sneaky.
the first time you do it, all 4 of them spotted
They fucking
because you rolled like shit,
swat the hand away.
and one of them literally walks over halfway between where the you are in the cart and grabs the spell component pouch out of the mage hand's hand. Like it's like wrestling with it, but it can only lift 10 pounds. It's not that strong.
He's not gonna win
So
that
he
fight.
just like pops it away, walks back, and tosses it in there.
Slaps it.
Chin disappears
That
sadly.
mage hand's like,
You can keep trying.
I'm gonna
it's
I'm gonna
scurries
wait
back
till
to
the
cave.
timing makes sense. To
Okay.
do it. I'm
No,
not
no,
gonna
it's a
immediately-
cantrip. Just keep fucking going.
Yeah.
Relentlessly.
You're gonna chop your hands off.
Well, bro, they don't know it's me doing it.
Technically, well, I
Have
mean,
you not already been
technically
casting
they
stuff?
do because it's verbal components.
Yes, but we're all in the cage. I'm sure we're all communicating. They're
No,
not.
Bjorn is
if they're
attempting
over
a short
there
rest.
You say we're all
watching this
communicating, but Persephone has not said a word to any
thing,
of
We're
us.
being communicating to our mage hand to
You
go
guys
grab
talk
our
so I
shit,
can sneak it
okay?
in my
Anyway, guys, how's the weather? I have to go ahead and say that
No, my hands are really dry.
I believe that these
I mean,
orcs
if you're
are a
all
bunch of
doing that,
selfish
cool,
cunts.
fine. But it's not like they care that much.
Mm-hmm.
It's if they see it, they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
fuck you. You
Okay.
know.
I
Can
know-
every now and then you just like go and like scratch their head to like try and like
and
make it a little
which
playful?
other than that, they get a little annoyed, but they don't do anything. They're like, stop that. You know.
I'm still going to attempt many times
Oh,
to
yeah.
like sufficiently get something I'm happy with.
Mhm.
Go, like, scratch their head and
I would like to do a mini convo without the orcs listening. Listen, we make.
Oh, I got a message.
we could also just be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be ridiculous. You have to
also-
wait
They're
for the
not-
message anyway.
It's actually not super
Anyways,
difficult
messages
because
have,
They're probably
uh,
coming
You know what
to
I'm
each
gonna
other.
do?
guys, so it's actually
Get
not
shade.
super difficult because it's not like they're standing right next to your cage
Mhm.
24/7. There's 4 of them and they're just
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
also
moving
why
around.
I was
So,
thinking it wasn't going to be a big
I
deal.
wanted to initially escape and free the rest of us.
Same.
I just want to kill you.
Working
If
on
I
it.
get shade, I can teleport us all out, and then we can do whatever. We can leave,
Working on
or
it.
we can go and kill the rest of the clan.
I say we.
We have to kill the root abomination.
I say we get our shit first, though. Which
You mentioned the roots?
Trying.
Yeah.
he took the root mid-fight.
Oh, there's no other option. We killed them all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, Gold, I don't know why you're surprised by this
Precisely.
anymore.
No. I tried to look past my hatred of these orcs.
Could he not see
To simply leave them as bygones. But no, they used the fucking root.
the root
No,
ogre
no,
was very
they-
visibly transformed, was it not?
Will
The ogre was the
die.
war chief.
No,
No,
I
but
thought you
isn't-
said the ogre was root boosted.
Oh wait, no, the
Yeah,
ogre.
the ogre.
was-
You
the
can
ogre
notice
was.
the ogre was
Roosted.
roosted.
But the war chief also did.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, that's why I said we were fucked.
Jason,
Mhm.
where is the immediate guard towards the wagon? Like, are they looking at it, or are they turned away?
Whatever you do, postpone
not
it by
re-
1
it's-
hour.
Basically,
He wants to heal up.
We're taking a rest, a breather.
basically,
We can
You've
take a
got
short rest. It's fine.
your
You're beat
cage
to
is
shit.
here. Okay.
Yeah.
There's other cages around.
Yeah.
The cart is sitting over here.
I don't
about
care
20
about
I know. I'm just. All right. The cart is sitting over here about 25 feet away. The extent of the cage is the furthest cage from the cart is about 50 feet away. Okay. And then there's, cages all through here. Behind that is tents. On this side, towards the center of the encampment, is a lot more tents. Okay. And then the 4 orc guards, what you see is that there's almost always one that is within about 10 feet of the cart. There is 3 others. One is over closest to the farthest end of the cages, about 50 feet away from the cart. Another one is kind of closer to the tents that are on the outskirts of the camp, but still like behind the cages. Over there, again, furthest away. The other one is on this end, kind of on the backside. And every once in a while, they just kind of rotate positions and change up. It's a bit random,
But they're always within a certain percentage of the cart. Is what I can
Essentially.
determine.
essentially. But the best you get, give me an intelligence check.
Leon.
Brother, I am not
Remember,
good
you
at
are
this.
still exhausted.
No, I'm not versed in that incantation, but
Can I roll worse than that?
thou knowest the incantation
I
dimension door.
can by 1. That is a 4.
Well, no. Out isn't the problem.
Oh,
Can I
stop.
complete my short rest?
Yeah.
Hold on.
We tried that last time.
We're
It didn't go
working
so
at it. We're
well.
all going to
As
complete
you
the
can
short
see.
rest.
Mhm. Yes. So,
So
Because I agree, regaining hit points important.
I was
Okay.
trying to
Even
get
outside of
more
a meta
stuff quicker than
standpoint.
So-
the mage hand could.
you're having difficulty. You can't figure out the exact
Do I need a-
maximum distance that there ever seems to be one from, or minimum distance. You just
do
know
need
that
components for your
there
teleporter?
seems to be one within a distance, somewhere probably between like 10 and 20 feet from that cart, almost at all times. Almost. But
all right.
but there may be a bigger gap. You just can't really figure it out.
That's okay. I'm going to plan with you two.
I was gonna say we just have
Persephone,
Professor
Professor.
Percy.
Professor Persephone
Mhm.
distract them with her lady bits, and then we try to.
I'm not gonna lie, I did debate flashing the orc.
I mean, they're
He's
simple-minded
pimping out
creatures.
Percy.
So if I can come back in the cage and
When does
get
that
all
not
of us
happen?
out with a slash of my sword, and we don't have to deal with any of this,
Yes, but our shit is in the wagon.
I can get us to the wagon.
As I'm working on it.
Yeah,
all,
but your-
all I have
your
to do
method's
is
not
get
working.
there and get shade, and we can all go.
Let's take a short rest so at least some of us can heal
No,
up.
no, no.
Again,
We're not
that's
doing
super
that.
good.
That's already determined. We want to rest. I am beat the fuck up.
Okay.
Can we do that real fast?
That's what
An
I
hour
was going to do.
passes
So,
by.
if you guys don't try to do anything too drastic,
Yeah, we were slashed to
within
hill.
over the course of the next hour,
Mhm.
if you're just like, I need a fucking rest, you guys do get a short rest.
I was like, I would like to mage hand if I can. It's not concentration.
No, and that's fine. You can
Just
still do
shy
that
of
every
short.
once in a while.
What?
I'm just.
I will
shy-
say over the
just
course of
shy
an
max
hour.
by 5.
I was like, if it
Maybe
wasn't to get
every
a long
10
rest,
minutes
then
or
yeah,
so.
I was like, just whatever reasonable.
So
I can
go
still
ahead
get
and
the
roll
rest.
6 sleight of hands,
1, 2, 3,
and then tell me
4,
them in order.
5, 6. Left to right. It is a plus.
5.
Hold on. It's
15,
it's a plus 1.
natural 20, 13, and a 16's at the very
So-
end.
Let me know when you're ready.
Go ahead.
I'm ready.
5.
6, 10, 17, nat 20 for a 21, 14, and 17.
Okay, you actually succeed on 3.
Sweet.
Just
Okay, so on 3 of those, you
I'll
managed
say
to
the
get
first
3
thing
things.
that I was attempting to get in general ideally should have been my spell component.
You get a spell component.
And then
punch.
past the spell components, I'm looking for like weapons and stuff for the boys.
Can I relay to her where shade is? Since I
Yeah.
know exactly where the fucker is.
Give me a intelligence check. Remember, you are at disadvantage. No, you, Persephone.
I don't know. No.
What's your total?
11.
Okay, that's enough. He knows exactly where it is. He did locate object.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fair.
I have a pinpoint coordinate.
You
of
had to
where
get
the
a
fuck
10 or
shade
higher
is.
to be able to figure it out. So, yeah. You get shade. You get a spell component punch.
Bro, I don't even have
You
to
get
teleport.
shade
Fucking
and-
Christ.
One other thing. What is it you're trying to get?
Anyone have any preference on? what
I
want
would
next, or-
recommend try to get my bag of holding because I have shit in there that can help all of us.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Back
uh,
holding.
You have no
Or-
idea
Give
where
me-
that
Bag of
is,
holding
though.
or a backpack
That-
of some
that's
sort.
hard.
Okay, give me a
Something that you can
percentile.
pick up,
Give me a percentile.
All zeros is a hundo.
Oh my god, you seriously got 100?
That's a 0, 0, and that's a 0.
You
Yeah.
find Tomer's bag of holding. You get the exact one.
You're
Jason.
welcome.
Fucking hey, that was cool. I'm gonna give you your
all zeros.
inspiration just for that. That was cool.
Wait,
That's fucking wild.
hey, it'll happen once ever.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
This is what we have to work with. We have 9 healing potions,
Oh, fucking Christ.
a potion of climbing,
That's
2
what happens when he has all the potions.
Listen, 2 growth potions, a potion of heroism, potion of speed, and a greater healing potion. We have all of that to work with to try to get us out of here.
You don't have any like weapons.
I
or
can just
nothing?
teleport us all out. It's fine.
No,
Yeah,
but I'm
I
going to
can-
distribute the potions now before we go outside.
Brother, I am naked. I cannot store healing potions. Just
You
tie
have
to
your normal
waist.
clothing on.
I
Up
do
your
not.
ass. That
I got a
uncomfortable hunk of metal.
loincloth on. So do you, Mr. Monk.
No, you have your
Or
normal.
sorry,
You have your
Mr.
normal
shifter.
We have
What
a
do you not
regular
understand
clothing.
from him saying 5 times? We have our normal clothing without the armor on.
Yes.
Motherfucker, you
where
told me I was
are-
in a loincloth.
No.
earlier.
No, I did not.
clothes.
You
You made
said
a
that.
joke about it.
You said you basically ingrained it in your own
You
brain.
put yourself in a
As you throw
loincloth.
your clothes at
Yeah.
them.
I
You
said
strip
they- you
me
know what,
down.
I said they stripped you of your
Greater healing
stuff, but
potion.
they left
I'm
you
good.
in
I'm in
clothes.
bag.
No, no, but in
No,
case-
please, you can keep
in
your
case
clothes.
shit goes south.
Fair enough.
They don't want
You
to see you.
stripped me of my
They don't want
dignity.
to. They don't want to see your nuts hanging out of your loincloth. buddy.
So he's got a greater healing potion. I'm gonna give you.
Mm.
How many healing potions do
Sir,
you
the
have?
prisoner is
Oh no,
stripping.
wait, you don't have your thing. 0. So I'm gonna do 1 for you, and 1 for you.
You have
What
a
did you give me?
pencil over
A
here.
healing potion in
Alright,
case
healing-
shit goes south.
What about
Healing
Leon?
potion.
I gave him a greater
Yeah.
healing potion
Oh well, there you go.
because he's a better support.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Hold on to it until you feel like you're at death's
Alright,
door.
healing potion to Percy.
Then drink it.
So it's
Or you can
basically
do it
a
as an
delicious
enema if you wanna
cocktail
proof
you
it.
drink when you're feeling a little thirsty.
How do you spell your dude's name?
BJO
QZ.
Bajorn.
But you
I thought that was Hawaiian.
Bjorn.
We'll have it.
Okay, so
Bajorn.
Bjorn.
now that we have
It's not delivery. It's Bajorno.
Bjorno.
Bjorn
so now that
Borg.
we have
Precisely.
some,
You're a famous
something,
tennis player, Bjorn Borg.
who's gonna
Yeah.
go get the rest of the equipment and bring it back here?
I mean, I could, but didn't go so well for me last time.
Why not all of us?
Fuck it, let's do it all at once.
Hold on.
Hold on. Leon might have a plan.
Did we short rest?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I wanted because I did not type that in.
Yes, you did get a short rest, which means you can spend your
Healing dice.
your hit dice in order to heal. So.
Yeah.
I made the mistake last time of not spending all of them. So I'm
Alright.
spending all
How
of
much
them.
are you declaring Bjorn's great axe away?
The great more than
I did
10
it.
pounds.
I thought so.
Ideal.
Yeah.
Bardo,
Same with Ajax's wrath, more than 10 pounds. Those are big.
please continue with your
Yeah,
plan.
go ahead.
Okay. I think the issue we had before when we three got captured was the nets. I can only assume the nets were also an issue.
Yeah,
for you.
nets.
No, the nets weren't the problem. It's the random knockout to a sack to the back of the
The
head.
sock of nickels.
The nets were also still a problem, but that's good to know. And with you trying to get some of our stuff back, doesn't seem to work. That's obviously because they have eyes. So I think
We should eliminate their eyes.
exactly. I think a distraction
I
is.
can I can get rid of the eyes.
I think a distraction is in order.
I got my spell pouch, which means I got darkness now.
That would make it very hard for us to grab our.
Not for me.
And she can't.
Or you, or is that your other character?
No, the daggers and they took my equipment. It's the
He does
dagger
not
that
have
gives me
blind
the.
sight.
For me.
But the dagger was
Just
on the
for
other
you.
character,
Yes.
wasn't
The
it?
dainty
Yes, it was.
devil girl.
It was
Oh,
absolutely on the other
Possibly
character.
carry all
Dude,
of our.
No,
hybrid
but it makes
transformation, I can
Mage Hand
smell what my
easier
stuff
if
is.
they
I know what
can't
my
see
shit
it to
smells like.
stop it.
They have spellcasters.
I have heightened
do
senses
spell
when I
that.
transformation, and I just got it back after the short rest.
Fair, but they're not here.
Alright.
You're not
I will
wrong.
I will interject this
Mhm.
just to kind of help you out in something. If you cast darkness on something,
Oh yeah, they're aware it's dark.
yeah, they're
I'm
literally
aware. I know it's just like nothing.
You're gonna
yeah, it's
alert
like if they see that, then it's like literally like, okay, who the fuck did that? You know, bring in some people. We got an issue. You know, they ain't
Fine.
stupid.
So
Completely stupid.
Well, I was assuming
Leon,
they
you know what I
were.
think
Yeah.
what might be a good idea?
yes.
We have a man over
Oh, I
here.
can get you a distraction though.
Or two.
I think Leon has a plan. Let him finish his sentence.
I know you mentioned distraction. I can help with that.
I know, but it's like this all
Just yell over
Just
us.
finish it.
I have a horse, and I can summon it
Okay,
to
well, don't
cause
tell the
chaos.
guys,
Well,
Leon,
I'm not
calm down.
telling you to fucking yell over you.
So
Do you
while
need
your
anything to
horse
summon
is
him, or is he
causing a distraction, I think it might be a good idea
Just poofs out
For
of the ropes that it's already
the
in.
two of them to maybe work on the locks of the other cages while I summon us to a shadow nearby.
Yep.
And we free everyone, causing mass chaos. Those who are intelligible and able to help us. Those who are purple worms, maybe do what they want.
I would like to be able to put all of our equipment back on before we do the
Oh.
fight of death.
What material is the purple worm's cage made of?
Same thing as yours.
How is it not escaping?
It-
It
a
chews through
baby.
solid rock.
It's a baby.
Do you
It's a
see how
baby
cute the
and-
fucker is?
I heard it was still a huge object.
Large.
He's a
Large,
large
large.
creature, but he's still a
Yes, but a baby.
And
Do you
Do they-
see how big
and
its
you're-
eyes are?
you're assuming in a fantasy world that there can never be such a thing as bone that's stronger than fucking steel.
They're dragon bone, I'm sure. A lot of dragon were killed during the Oracle
I just have the
Wars.
sneaky suspicion that dragon bones are not stronger than steel.
Actually, Jason,
Hey, but wait. This is important. Are they heavier than feathers?
Jason,
One can reasonably assume so.
Bone is heavier than
Actually,
feathers.
I would-
hang on. They're flightless creatures, which means by logic their bones should be hollow.
You mean they're flight creatures? They're
even.
flying creatures,
Flying.
not flightless.
No, I'm sorry. If I said flightless, that was
Yeah,
my
you
guess.
got horses
well,
also not
we
though.
clearly have a problem.
No, angle iron is hollow.
We have an enslaving orc clan that needs a death.
You can
Yes,
do
but
like
I'd rather us
square,
prep
square
and
like
then come
like
back.
clocks.
That sounds
Okay, fair
great.
enough.
I'd rather us prep and come back.
Yeah, because I ain't
Very
killing
well.
many people without my shit.
Yeah.
Bingo!
I can teleport us out whenever you feel the need.
So let's do this. You stay by the cart. Whenever we get out Me and the big guy grab our stuff. You try to grab your stuff in the meantime.
I can literally go right now with 1, 2, literally all of us.
To get our shit? Yeah, fuck it. Let's just do that. So Leon summons the horse distraction. We get our shit, and then we just GTFO.
There's literally a shadow rift in front of you. Go.
Okay.
I
Do
stepped
the
through.
distraction first.
Hold on.
Oh, how long does your horse take?
10 minutes to cast.
Yeah,
We will
distraction
wait to
first.
10 minutes. That's fine.
So
It zips
Verblin
up the
and semantic.
Mm.
And I, in character request, everyone's talking and kind of.
Yeah.
Causing to, like, we're discussing something.
We have a very heated debate about a 3-way rock paper scissors tournament that has gone on way too long.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I only
So-
choose rock because the other choices are for cowards.
This is clearly paper. Paper beats rock.
Show me any piece of paper
in the middle
that
of your
beats a rock.
I literally pick up a piece of rock. Guard, I need paper
Well,
right now to prove this right
in the middle
now.
of your
No,
discussion,
guard,
as you're
do it.
in the middle of your discussion as you're yelling at each other, one of them does come over and smack the cage and say, in orc, shut up, and then walks away.
No.
He got within arm's reach. of the
Bush
box.
Canelo paper. I am very mad at that orc about not bringing me a piece of paper to prove that a piece of paper wraps around the rock, proving that paper doesn't beat
He
rock.
reaches down, picks up some dirt, and throws it and goes, there, paper.
God, they're inbreds.
They have bread? Yummy. Okay. So yeah.
The pure-blooded orc does indeed run through their veins.
Question, actually, hold on. It's a wagon, right, that's holding all the stuff?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there a strap that we can see where a mount was supposed to go on it to drag the wagon?
Yes.
There's not a strap.
Vaguely?
It's 2 yokes. Basically, it's like wooden arms coming out, and they are quite a bit wider than what you would expect for a horse.
My idea was get Cassiopeia, put a rider in there, and just tell her to ride off with the shit, and then we just meet up with her.
That could work, but I don't know if she could take an orc cart.
Yeah,
No,
never mind.
probably not.
Technically, she could. It's got wheels. I mean, it's really just a matter of moving it. She might not be able to start off and accelerate super quickly
Would
from the
a
beginning, but
Hound of
she could do it,
Omen be able to
but
help her?
there's no strap between the 2.
That's the thing. That's what I was
And it's
talking about.
wider than her, so it's not really designed for her.
Summon a Tyrannosaurus. It's fine.
Oh yeah, I can.
Plush
Okay,
dog?
Summon a
so
bard, not summon a Tyrannosaurus.
Large dog, though.
Go on.
Leon is going to telepathically communicate with Cassiopeia, run the plan over with her, and basically like, I'm going to cast a spell. You'll appear right outside the cage, and I need you to just fucking zoom through the sky and cause as much chaos, because
Away from the cage.
go fast.
I'm gonna summon
And
my dog
you-
and say help her.
And
No.
and you hear
Hound of Omen.
back
Yeah, Tog.
Oh, I think the dog.
and you hear back. Yes, master, of course.
I have an idea that's like way too intelligent for Bjorn to have.
Say it anyway.
I kind of want to hear it
Bjorn.
above table. It's not.
No.
We might not
And-
do it.
No, because that would
You
be
summon
better.
puppy.
I want to hear it because I won't do it.
Okay.
We're not gonna do it. I just want to hear
Unless
it.
there's already something in my head.
Let me ask you something first. When you
7.
got a okay, yeah, 7 guys.
It's different units.
Nah, come
It's
on.
different units, but
Oh,
what's your question?
how much space in these bars is there? Clearly, there's enough for a weapon to
About
get
that
through.
much.
Weapon,
About
yes.
that much.
One of us, no, I've already tried that
Yeah.
too.
Sideways, like at the right angle, yes, you can get weapons through. You could get your axe through. The hammer would be really hard,
Yeah, no,
but
no.
it could probably squeeze through.
The axes, I imagine, like the
Yes, but if you turn the fucking sideways,
yeah,
the
but that
blades
means
like
that
that's
there's
it.
much space. Well, I mean, it's an axe. I mean, you got the handle and the blade sticks out.
Brother,
Yes.
it's at this most.
Sideways,
this
it's
much
like that
wide.
thick at the widest.
So you can just slide it in like you're putting a key into a lock.
I'm so confused
See,
on where
an
the
axe has
confusion
a
is.
staff, and then
You
the
still have
blades
to
go
get the-
one way.
The blade part through somewhere.
Yes, and when it's not turned
Jen.
this way,
No, no,
it's
hey,
turned this way.
Daniel.
It's not wide.
axe,
Oh, so it's not like
Daniel.
these
axe,
are just vertical bars. then.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like
mm,
No,
They're not that
no.
smart.
Okay.
They're not that freaking intelligent.
No, it's
it's
You've
only
got-
vertical. That's even better.
it's vertical bars like this.
Yes, the whole point is that they're vertical. It's just that the axe was too heavy for the mage hand.
Yeah.
No. I'm just. Can my arm fit through it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I-
You
to an
could be a little
extent, yeah.
tight at the
The shoulder,
shoulder,
you're absolutely not.
but you can probably squeeze
Get the
it
guards to
through.
come back over, cast silence on them, and dispatch them.
You can get your hand through.
Oh, I absolutely could. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
you can get
that's
your
the
hand
plan.
through and your
That's above
forearm.
table. Bjorn would never come up with that, but someone smarter probably might think of that. And
Gold
then
did-
you won't have the whole
Violent?
So I'll tell you
riled
right now.
up over the horse on
Gold did
Hyler.
not think of it, so it will not happen.
Yeah. And then you wouldn't have the whole camp riled up over the horse flying around like crazy that they know belongs to us. So guess where their next stop will be?
Well, I got a doggy which they haven't seen before, so
Mhm.
I'm just saying, we've already caused a ruckus
yeah.
I mean,
repeatedly.
We are already there.
I've already gone through the entire 15-minute process of actually being able to talk about this plan. I feel like bringing up issues with the horse plan 15 minutes ago would have been nice.
I say fuck it.
Real life me just came up with this plan.
Listen, slow Bjorn. We're already here.
Listen, horse plan is a go. Horse is activated.
Yeah.
Let's do this shit.
So yeah, I was
You asked. I said I wasn't gonna say it.
It's okay. I appreciate you.
I go
mentioning
through
it
with
'cause
the
it's awesome.
incantation, and Cassiopeia is summoned, and I have her. There we go.
All right.
And you add in your puppy.
As the animals are causing ruckus.
So
Uncle.
both the horse and the hellhound appear
Pegasus.
next to the cage.
Oh, not
I'm
next
just-
to the cage.
Don't you start rolling your eyes.
For me,
You
not
motherfucker.
next to the cage.
Where did you want to put him?
Fucking over there look like it's coming from not
Yeah, the gloves
us.
are pretty weak.
Okay,
so
well,
we
it-
definitely
It still shows up within
Yeah,
sight.
exactly.
The
Yeah,
farthest
think it's
away
wide
that I
open,
can
you're
physically
already
cast
fucking
him is where I'm
big.
casting.
No,
Yeah,
I'll-
should be
I'll-
him stabbing.
I'll do the same. How
I'd just
far
be
can I
punching him.
cast this?
I don't stab. I slash, sir.
I grab through
Um,
the bars and you just go.
We got him by the
No,
mouth.
I'm
too.
30 feet away.
Silence. Literally. God.
Splinter cell. Yeah.
And then we
I can do 120 feet away.
All right.
That's quite a distance.
And then we
Yeah,
can
he's a
jump
big
on
boy.
Big Dog.
We get our shit. Leave and
Yeah.
then come back and get the
Yeah, I just don't want him to look like he's coming from us in the cage. So, a random hellhound.
I
wandering the
will
desert.
communicate to the rest of the group that the purple worm has very damaged shackles.
Oh,
on it.
so do 1, 2, and 3, and I point to the ones that I hit earlier.
What
They
did,
have damage, not very
what
damage.
did that person say in the chat?
It was another
Scream
bot.
boo.
Yeah, it was another one of those bullshit bots.
Outstanding false. Some random bullshit.
Outstanding.
Yeah, I
false
got rid of
voodoo,
him.
1NX.
I got rid of them because it was more bot stuff.
Hey, do you want to boost your viewers? Visit this
Stream
scamming
boost.
Dream
website.
Boo or whatever it is.
Fucking give me the free advertising.
All right. So, where are you bringing in Cassiopeia?
I said 30 feet away.
Okay. So, both the Hellhound and Cassiopeia appear. The Hellhound, you did about 60 feet away.
120.
120. Okay.
booking it.
I'm gonna say the farthest distance you have an angle on where you can see is about 60 because there's tents and all this sort of shit. You don't really have line of sight to anything that far away.
Mm,
You know?
okay, I do have to see it. Fair enough.
So, 60 feet away, okay, and then 30 feet away. They show up. Immediately, the guards see Cassiopeia because she's relatively
Yeah, biggie.
close,
Yeah.
and they go. "Huh?" You know, they do the
Just
Tim
like
Allen
other horse
home
we
improvement.
catch. Tim Allen.
And they kind of confused for a second or two, and then two of the four start running in that direction,
Mhm.
and you hear some commotion about 60 feet away from you, and both the Hellhound and Cassiopeia start just running amok.
Well, I was gonna have her fly straight up.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just
Okay.
doing a
All right.
brief
only have
description of
two
what they're
guards.
doing.
Yeah.
They are running amok.
Mhm.
The Hellhound is literally just running through the frickin' camp. Cassiopeia flies up and then is like dive bombing down low enough to get people's attention and look like she's coming in,
Yeah.
and then just like swooping up and coming and just
And
boom. And you can
mostly-
see her over tents doing
Mostly staying high enough to be away from Ned.
it. Yes, and she's smart.
Yeah.
And she's doing that, and she's they're definitely stirring up a commotion.
Man.
In preparation for
The-
incoming action, I'm going to shift now.
Okay,
Get some
Sit.
temporary hit points.
fair enough.
Temple Arrowly.
All right.
Zach, are you doing the sword shit
Brain
now?
just crashed. when you said
Oh
that.
yeah.
So
No, as we
you believe
have,
you have a distraction.
absolutely, there is a planar rift as we are in the shadow of the cart,
Okay.
and all of a sudden I take the rest of them, push them into the rift. The rift closes. I misty step out.
Okay.
As I cannot go with the rest of them.
And as we pop out near the cart, I'm just
There
gonna...
is a person limit.
You all appear next to the cart, and then like a split second later, Gold does as well.
Do I see my axe?
You're gonna have to look through the cart.
I look through the card.
I also
Investigation
looked
check.
through the card.
I will.
Investigation
I would
check.
hybrid transformation. I'll sniff out for my items in the cart.
Investigation check.
While they're looking, can I try to open the other pages?
I rolled a 2 for a 1.
Okay. You don't find anything initially. How are you gonna open them? What are you gonna do to open them?
11.
25.
We'll get to that in a second.
Would I know, based on having cast the spell before, Firebolt, if I do it at a close range, does it make a lot of noise?
Firebolt? No.
Okay, then I will...
I mean, it makes some noise, but it's not.
It's nothing like Fireball.
Well, no, it's nothing. It's nothing like knock
Yeah.
or thunderclap or
I
any of
will
those.
try to Firebolt the ropes and shit holding them.
Okay. So the sinew. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll need you to roll attack rolls. You need a 10 or higher.
Well, I'm at a plus 11.
You need not roll a 1.
We're good.
And
We're
then
good.
roll damage.
That's a nat 20.
Okay.
That's a good.
You're
That
Start
was-
rolling
way
damage.
too much.
I
honey.
roll. I'm doing more than one.
Yeah. Start rolling damage.
I noticed you were looking at me there, Jason.
3d10.
What did you need me for?
So when you misty step over there, what are you doing once you misty step over to the cart?
So,
Are you looking for stuff? What do you do?
so as soon as I'm out of the cage, I'm looking back towards ours, and I am preparing silence to target whatever guard comes up to the cage and notices we are gone. I'm going to roll for stealth to remain stealthy, but the second they notice we're gone and they begin to try and cry for somebody, stealth or silence on them.
Okay. And what are you doing because these guys started searching the cart immediately. What are you doing when you show up there?
I did as well, and I got an 11.
Okay, that's right. You got an 11. You got a 25.
31.
You got
A filthy 1.
a filthy 1. Dirty 1. I love
Floppy.
it.
It sounded like you said 31. I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
I know. That's what I thought.
Not-
Found everything in the
Not
cart.
physically possible.
Okay.
He just walked-
Not for you, but yeah.
My natural 20 is a 19.
Okay. So, so this is what happens with all this.
18 damage
18 damage
Holy
on the first
shit,
one,
that thing
or
is dry.
on the first one. You did drink a lot
He
of
was
water
thirsty.
earlier.
second one.
How is she getting so
20.
many firebolt?
We'll get to that. I'm dealing with stuff as I'm dealing with it.
20 something. I think
Okay,
I said.
so the first cage takes 2 firebolts. You finally blast through the sinew, and you're able to pop it open. So that's 1. All right. So you can't find shit. You're like, I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Many such cases.
You're
You
about to. Yep.
you find some stuff. It doesn't appear to be your guys' stuff, but there's some equipment there, and maybe you could make use of it. You actually find in the back right corner of this wagon, all of your guys' shit is piled right there.
I'm going to look at them too and be like, over here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to just, if we're not being watched right now, I'm going to try to put on what I can
Okay,
of the armor and
so
stuff.
this now takes a little bit of time to gather your stuff. This is why she's getting multiple firebolts, because you guys are grabbing your shit, maybe throwing it, put it on your hip, throwing it on, whatever.
It already is. As soon as
Okay.
you pointed it out, I just.
Okay. Now, as all that is going on, okay, essentially, this happens relatively quickly, but in the matter of about, we'll call it 3 rounds total. So you can roll
Forgot you
damage
had
for the
that
third one.
Stupid ass spell.
I could have been casting friends that whole time.
Dude, we could both be casting.
I like
Fred.
you, friends.
23.
Okay. That's enough to break another one.
And then you just fucking
So you get two
rack their
cages
head
open.
into the fucking bars.
Okay. One of them is the one that now has only one dwarf in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna, whoever looks the most capable.
She
The
has
order
the
I'm
You have
doing
one dwarf
it in.
and then the half orc. That's the 2 you've got open now.
Mhm.
And it's been 3 rounds. In the course of that 3 rounds, it's going to take longer than that to put armor on, but you do manage to, like, grab, Leon, you find Bradamante. You grab that. You find your fucking axe because he found where everything's kind of stacked together. So you can grab that.
And for what it's worth,
you
when
find
they
your
get
hammer.
out of the cage, I'm directing them to the guys getting
Yep,
gear and
yep.
stuff.
You find Ajax's wrath. So you're able to grab those things quickly. It's like the armor and the other things that take a little bit more time.
Yeah, I'll take the time to put on my. I will say this. I will leave gold and Persephone stuff near us, so if they need to find it, they'll just come towards us. Before I start putting on the.
Redeem an advantage for patch.
Before I start putting on my armor, it's like I'm gonna put Persephone and gold stuff right next to us, so they
Okay.
can grab it if they need to. But I'm gonna put on my armor.
Off
Okay.
in the village, like I feel so
So-
capable.
I feel like healing everybody.
While that's happening, Gold,
Yes.
you made a very good decision. As 2 of the orcs ran off to deal with Cassiopeia and try to go that. So there's still 2 there. One of them notices they're not in the cage and looks, and they're at the fucking wagon and starts to run over there, and he starts like he's gonna yell. You cast your silence.
He screams, but not a whisper.
I
of
have
fear.
no mouth, but I must.
I love that book. I have it. Have you read it? It's good.
I just know about Am.
Pretty solid.
Am
game,
is
too.
pretty good.
Hate.
Anyways, as he is screaming at the top of his lungs and he's
And nothing's
confused,
happening. Nothing's working.
I'm going to get within melee range. If you would allow me,
Yeah.
and I would like to, in his desperation, slash him across the fucking head.
Now, I will say this specifically.
Now we have cool scar.
Do we need to roll
That-
initiative?
No. Silence cannot target a creature. So
Well, it
what
can
on
target
him-
the area in the
What
proximity.
Are
of
you
the-
targeting something on him, or are you targeting an
Wait,
area?
what?
Well, so if he is standing here,
Mhm.
I'm talking about the floor
Okay.
where he is.
Okay. So, as he's running towards you, you are going to then try to get towards him.
Exactly. I'm gonna close
So-
the distance.
You're close to distance. So what happens is, you both end up meeting within the silence zone.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're in the silence zone together now. Now, I will need initiative from you compared to him, just to see who actually gets to go first on this.
I'll put you back on the couch.
Do I roll initiative at disadvantage too, or
No.
All right, if that's the case, that's a 23.
Okay. Yeah, you're clearly first.
Clearly, I
Yeah, he rolled a 6 on the
figured-
fucking die.
All right, can I see if my spell Hunter's Mark allows me? It's verbal, so I cannot cast Hunter's Mark,
Not in the silence zone.
but I can do other things. All right, we're just gonna fuck him up. That's fine.
Okay.
In the silence zone, I'm going to go ahead. Horizon Walker feature bullshit. My sword's glowing purple as fuck.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and swing twice.
And it sounds like
Yeah. It sounds like.
You hear like Legend of Zelda.
It sounds like an airy fart. It's just nothing.
Thank you so much. So that is a 28 to hit on the first,
Too high.
is very proud of you.
That hits.
and that is a 16 on the second.
Yeah, that hits too.
All right, cool.
Roll your damage. And
How
just
does this
add it
little
all
goober
together and
like
give,
to be
give me all of it at once.
However she wants. 12 damage on the first hit,
Okay.
and then 8 damage on the second.
Okay. Good to
As
know.
we are in the silent zone,
Careful, because I don't want her jumping off at you at that height.
Mm-hmm.
you cannot hear the blood-curdling screams of the
Oh
orc
no.
What's
Great.
great?
as they take slash upon slash across the chest.
They do.
Such a weird animal.
All right. So, I will let you know at this point, if you intend to completely gear up, it is going to take you 10 rounds to put all of your gear, including your armor, on.
What if I don't include the armor?
What if
Then-
I only have a cape?
If you do not have
No
armor,
No armor.
or you choose not to put your armor on,
Loincloth gang.
I will allow it to happen in 4 rounds.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put my armor on.
And technically, that's armor takes a long time.
No, I know.
But I'm
Stop.
even shortening it because you guys are in a hurry.
How many all help?
How many rounds has it been since we started putting on our, or is it starting
It's
from this?
so
like,
far,
technically, armor
3.
takes like 10 minutes to put on.
Yeah,
right?
it takes a long time to put on and
Can
take
you
off.
stop?
But we're
You're so silly.
it's a fantasy world and you guys are heroes. I'm fucking letting
Um,
you be heroes.
Can I just tell you to throw all my shit in your bag of holding call of the day?
Yeah, I'll put on.
Minus my spell component, but I already have that, so never mind.
Well, you have a bag. You don't have your bag.
Oh, well, I would like my bag and then throw everything else in the bag.
So I will throw you your bag of spell components, and then I'll put.
And now
her-
you have some extra spell components. which
I'll
are
put the
really
rest of her stuff in the bag of holding.
Because
I'll.
my fucking, the plus one is
Since
not
it's
gonna
gonna-
help my AC anyway.
Since it's gonna take so much longer to put on my
Yeah.
armor, I'm gonna
gonna get
leave
it
it off and
anyway.
just put it in the bag for now.
Yeah, I'm also throwing my armor in my bag of holding.
So let me write down that I have Persephone's bag of holding. I mean, bag armor stuff.
You have all my
Hold
shit.
on.
Yeah, I got you.
Hi.
Totally unlike gaming group. Just fucking
Who did
echo.
that? And who's that? I don't know. All right.
No shit, Sherlock.
Where
Holmes.
is Gold's exchange of blows in the
If I
Compared to the
priority
cart,
each,
He is
almost,
about 15
RP.
feet away from the cart.
yeah, but when is that happening in regards to me grabbing my axe?
This happened all like
You probably grabbed your axe.
you
first
probably
thing.
just grabbed your axe and you see Gold just do his slashes.
Have you already killed the guy?
No, he's
Oh.
not dead yet.
Can I see you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I grab it. It does the little spark as a,
Mhm.
and then he turns around looking for a target.
There's a target. It's about 15 feet away.
All right. Well, I'm gonna.
I don't think we can
I'm
afford
gonna-
that. Can we go to a Publix and spend?
Do I see other orcs around, or is he chilling by himself?
Well, the
There's him, and then there's another one that is about 20 feet beyond that.
think that
Um,
Publix is cheap.
That is the because there was only
Target?
2 guards left because 2 took off after Cassiopeia.
I'm gonna rage,
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And he said there's a target nearby.
and then I'm going to run. up
Actually, it
as-
was a super Kmart, so shut up.
Brother, they ain't no more Kmart's.
There is in this world. No.
I wish.
No, that's a talk exclusive thing.
Yeah.
I wish.
Hair in my mouth.
I take 2
If
swings.
there's
Or I
talk,
take
if
a
there's
swing at
Kmart
least.
talk,
at
You
the
got
first
it. Yeah. Go
Talk
for it.
Kmart.
one. Reckless.
Okay.
Gold to
So-
go to Talk Kmart.
First hit. Oh, I was so close to it.
I miss Kmart.
25
Yeah, that hits. Roll your damage, sir.
for 13 plus.
Okay. 13 plus what?
I have to find it.
Well, damn it, find out.
I'm trying. Got my d6s. Plus 4 lightning.
Nice. Yeah, he's not looking good.
And it's the silent zone, so you don't hear the lightning.
You have 2 attacks, right?
Yes. Plus, I have the tied to the activating rage, the dex save. Does he look like he's on death's door?
He's pretty close.
I'm gonna make him roll an 18 dex save and see if that taps him.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
4.
Okay. He's still there.
What a joke. All right, I swing at him.
Okay.
Most abysmal dog shit. All right, well, I assume a 30 hits.
Oh, yeah. When does a 30 not hit?
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything in the freaking Monsters Manual that is AC 30.
13
AC.
plus 8.
He's done.
And then I continue my movement
Mhm.
over to the other one.
What's your total movement you can do?
60 when I activate rage.
Yep. So yeah,
It's
you're
40 plus
yeah.
20.
yeah you
half my
are
movement
you
when I
are
activate.
right in front of the other guy, who is right on the edge of the silence. You've already used your actions, so you're good. Yes.
Technically, I'm a monster that can reach above 30 AC.
You're not a monster.
Oh, I'm a fucking monster.
No, you're a PC.
Yeah.
You are politically correct. Deal with it.
Pass.
Okay. Yeah, pass. Okay, so now,
Did I roll initiative? I didn't realize I didn't.
yeah, you're gonna have to roll it at this point. What is everyone else doing?
More cages.
More cages. Give me more more damage rolls because you rolled several of them.
I'm gonna grab Gold's stuff and go towards him just so he can have his stuff with him.
Okay,
Thank God for advantage.
I'm just taking the few more rounds that it takes to,
put your stuff on.
well, not put the
Grab it.
armor on, but grab everything.
I got a 3 and a natural 20 on initiative, so
Okay, yeah.
I will take a 22.
19, 11, 18. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so you open up one more cage
Okay.
and then damage another.
What the word?
So
What?
the other cage that you actually open,
My corgi is adorable.
in there
Yes, she is.
you actually see it opens up. It's actually a smaller
3 days
cage,
from now.
and there's a halfling that
Yay!
releasing.
The calories
The
here.
most capable from most
Thursday.
to least is the order I'm opening them.
5:30.
there's not much to choose from.
No, I just like if
Can't
someone
fucking
looks
anything
slightly stronger, I'm gonna free them first, kind of
But
thing.
names.
Magic
where you're
the
at.
No, that's
Euclid
fine.
away.
It's still worth
Yeah.
giving more
Yeah.
cannon fodder. At
Absolutely.
more of the
least.
gap.
And the ones you've already freed are
What
starting to
happened to
move
all
towards
the dwarves?
the
We've
the
only
cart.
got halflings left.
Okay,
How many pages are there?
10 in total.
Oh,
Thursday.
And right now 4 are
What about
open.
it?
Yours and 3
Magic?
others.
This Thursday?
The other
Think we should be fine. 'Cause
The other
next Thursday is
6
when I'm going with her to get her new glasses. So yeah, we should be.
are all creatures.
5:30.
That works.
Just so you know.
Hear that, Daniel?
So
I guess I
freed
can't
all the
lock in
humans.
just yet.
you
but
freed the
probably.
humanoids.
You'll know by tomorrow.
Probably.
So you're first on this round now. You actually beat Gold.
By how much? It couldn't have been by
Well,
then.
you got a 22, right?
I had the highest I could possibly roll,
yeah,
22.
but yeah, I think he rolled in the teens.
I don't even remember it, but I know.
Yeah, I think it was in the teens for initiative.
It was 20 something. I don't remember.
Must have been
whatever.
21. If I beat you.
I can't remember myself either. So
You didn't write it down, so it's okay.
Yep. So
I'm gonna blame my DM.
Bad DM, bad DM, bad DM.
Honestly, he should give me a he should give me a DM advantage
you
mean-
right now
you
for
mean
not
dad DM.
remembering.
No,
Dad
you
DM.
know what? You know what? No. You know what?
Yeah.
This is what I'm gonna do. Because you were deemed advantage for patch, that's why he's going before you.
Hey, well,
You still have advantage.
Whoa,
but...
whoa! Overraptor did. I did no such.
Oh, shut up. We all know who you are.
He's Zach.
Patch
Yeah.
just feels
Yeah.
incredibly capable all of a sudden.
So you're
Somewhere,
in front
wherever
of
he
the other guy, and it's your turn.
Oh, I get to go again?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna take 2 reckless swings at the next fucker.
Okay.
Let's see.
Are we in the silent zone still?
On the edge of it.
Yes. Fuck.
Because of where you said I do it when he's there. Yep.
Oh,
A 29 to hit.
this is the
That is-
hottest thing a spellcaster could ever hear. They're still in a spell
Let's
effect.
see. 8 plus
Hell yeah.
9, so 17 slashing.
Oh no!
What was
No!
your
No!
to hit?
No! 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 Shut the fuck
29.
up,
Yeah.
Pete. No! I love you. but
17
shut
slashing
the
and
fuck
5
up.
electric.
Okay.
Be quiet when you're
Yeah.
And
doing
the second attack.
Yep.
No, go.
She's like, I don't know what the fuck y'all are saying.
Wow. Okay, that was not a
Come here, baby.
1. That was a 7. 18.
That hits.
Come here.
Okay.
Your daddy loves you. Can you hang out with Caitlin while she reads smut? I bet she likes the Fourth Wing novels.
10 slashing
I love.
Okay.
She can't hear you right now.
and 8 electric.
Okay.
18 deck save.
What?
No.
If he's still standing.
He's still standing.
Elton John over here. And 7 electric.
Exactly what you
Yes.
needed. He's
Bjorn is pissed. He's like,
so
he
yep.
just eviscerates this
Boom.
guy.
He's done. So both the guards are gone that were there.
Electrically charged axe just comes down,
Okay.
cleaves him.
So what's Cassiopeia's AC?
He did not very high. That is 12.
Okay.
She gets hit by 17 nets.
Nope. She's keeping higher than it's easily able to do nets.
Mhm.
So, but she does take
That
23 points of piercing damage from several spears.
You go, girl. You tank those.
So yeah, she gets 3 spears that,
Yeah, she's
that
still
slam
alive.
into her.
Because she's a baller.
Mm. All right.
I do also have my doggy out there.
Yep, and doggy's running amok.
I just, if you needed stats.
What's its AC?
14.
For the rest of that turn, though, was there any other orcs?
His speed is 50 though.
By the way, you read it?
So he
Yeah,
can't-
that doesn't outrun spears.
No, but I just think he can.
Especially when you're in the middle of a camp surrounded by
silly
fucking people. Okay, he only gets hit by 2, and he takes 11 points of piercing
Well, he's
damage.
not dead.
There are none in the immediate vicinity.
Okay.
They basically the guards that were there, 2 of them bolted after Cassiopeia. The other 2 you just took care of. There are none in the
Are there
immediate
any
area.
more cages that have not been opened?
Yes,
There are
but
6
they
more that
all
have not been opened, and they all have different beasts in them. There is the baby purple worm.
Purple worm.
There is what? Who's proficient in nature?
I think I am.
Probably our bard.
Your fucking ranger sure of course is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I am.
Anyone who's proficient in
Yeah.
nature can give me a nature check.
15.
What is she mad at?
19.
Hold on.
I got a 15 on the dice.
Waiting to see
Plus
what,
4.
waiting to see what Zach gets to.
I gotta roll this.
Less.
22.
What?
Okay.
15 plus
Oh, I
7 is
thought that was a
22.
five. I'm
Lois
sorry.
was a 15, and even with that, you see. So there was the purple worm. You've seen them before. You've dealt with them, so you know
Did
what
you
it
give her
is.
another one, or is that the same
I gave
You
her a
also
second
see
one.
in one of the cages is something that is called a bullet.
Oh.
Oh.
You also
This is gonna be a
If you played
zoo.
Baldur's Gate, you know what that is. Probably.
you also
That's what I
see
learned about that one.
in one cage there
Is that
are
the one in the Underdark?
Yeah.
Yep.
The one that killed
Yep.
us in 2 rounds.
The bullet.
Yeah, he did do that.
let's see where it is.
That thing is notoriously way too strong.
It took me by surprise.
In
I was like,
It did us too.
in
Anything that
another
looks like it
cage, a
won't kill us?
very large cage, you see 3 large-sized sand spiders. So that's 3 of the cages total.
Can
You got
we communicate with any of them? Like,
I
none of them seem like we
can.
could communicate with, like intelligence-wise.
Gold can.
You'd have to roll a nature check if you're proficient to see if it's.
If we can talk to them, they're not going to kill us. Let them out, otherwise they can stay.
she said silently in the silent.
No, she's not in the silence.
Yeah.
She's been freeing the other guys.
You also see in the 4th out of 6 cages, you see another large creature. It is by itself. It is a sand lizard.
Lizard. A wizard lizard.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
Blizzard.
I will say one thing you do notice is that the sand lizard is wearing some kind of harness.
You know who has the feature of riding mounted combatants? Also gold. Don't point exclusively
What?
at
No,
Leon.
you don't have the feet mounted combatant.
No, I don't. But
Yeah.
you know who has rid horses and has
He got
the-
ride proficiency after his meeting with the goblin.
No, the whole fucking campaign I've been the
The
one
boar.
steering the
Yeah,
fucking
with
carriages.
The boar
the other
That's
2
war.
cages.
at the boar place.
The other 2 cages,
don't remember
what you
this at
see
all.
in there.
Hold on.
Oh,
The little mini zoo
I'm listening.
in the one
Right.
city. You took
Right.
care of the boar. That was important.
That was ages ago. Anyway,
So the other two
Cages,
cages, the
ages
things you
ago.
see in there, again,
You
based on
have
your
some
nature
of the
checks, I
girl
will give these to
I
you.
still do.
Mhm.
You
She's probably
see
dead, but
a cage with 2 carrion beetles. These are large-sized creatures.
those would be fun to ride.
And you see what looks like an elephant, sort of. It's like an elephant, but its skin doesn't look leathery. Instead, it almost looks like cracked and moving stone. Like
That's pretty
it's
cool.
almost like the closest approximation you could get to it is like that looks like a stone golem and an elephant had a baby, and this is what it is.
Alright, I'm gonna ask all the NPCs I just let out, is it worth letting any of them out, pointing to the other cages?
bitch, we don't know.
They've been here longer than we have
Yeah.
tonight.
We got
They
here
they,
yesterday.
they go, I don't fucking know. None of them have a clue.
Whatever, crazy
Fucking
lady.
put 'em back
I'm
there.
out of
I would like to take the time. Sand lizard, beetle, purple worm. In that order.
Sand lizard, the carrion beetles. There's 2 of them in there, and the purple one. Okay. So for you, this would be on essentially round 4 for you of this activity. You run over to the sand lizard cage, and you're trying to break that free. So give me your attacks, 10 or higher. So as long
Yes.
if you have more than a plus 10,
Yes.
you just don't roll.
I
a one.
literally rolled 2 nat 1s and I still hit.
Yeah. Well, if you roll nat 1, you still miss.
If it's an
It's an
attack,
attack roll.
yeah,
Brother, I get a
auto-fail.
plus 11. and I
Doesn't
still
matter.
miss.
A nat 1 still
Natural
misses.
one's a auto fail.
Nat
just like
1
a
misses,
20 is
period.
an auto success.
It's
Brother.
literally don't roll a 1, and you rolled a 1.
My 12 is less than a 10.
Mhm.
You hear this shit?
That's how that works.
It's silly, but my 12
Can
is
I
less than a
help
10.
him?
No,
No.
you
At
can't.
least
By
you have to make you
yourself.
roll the
I
failure.
literally
dice.
rolled a 1 twice
No, I mean,
in a row.
I also go try to open the cages.
absolutely
as that's
can.
the whole thing I was doing.
Yep, exactly. You can.
I didn't roll a 1.
In my other campaign, whenever we roll in that one, we get to roll the failure dice to see what complication happens because of it.
I hate those. They're always
17.
fun.
They're very
No,
funny.
no, no. You know what's my favorite way to do this?
Damage.
17,
Series of
okay.
unfortunate events or damage.
No,
I
it's
will
'cause
say
the
that
enemies have
that
to do it too,
was
and they
the
fail.
one that you
Sometimes
also
their
had damaged
weapons
once
slip out of
before.
their
So
hands.
yes, that one finally opens.
Sometimes our
So the
weapons slip
sand
out of our
lizard
hands.
is
Series of
open.
unfortunate
Right,
events.
more?
Saying we're
Yeah, but then the
saying,
DM gets to
this'll
choose.
be
It's not the
round
chance.
No, no, you leave it to the players every time.
I did it.
saying lizard
And
cage is
I
open.
did
I
it.
think.
I rolled nat 1. Series of
That's,
unfortunate events or damage. Every time.
Fair enough.
16
I dig it.
and
I love it.
9
It's
and
so
9,
fun.
18, 19, 23.
Both those hit.
No, that was the damage.
That was
They
damage?
I
Okay.
didn't roll once.
Okay, so yeah. So yep. Next cage open. So sand lizard. Now the carrion beetles are open. Go ahead and roll again. You, Zach.
To attack.
This is yep, and this is for the.
Are you dropping silence, by the way? Or keeping it
yet.
up?
Oh, I'm up to you, really.
I mean, great question here. How long does silence last?
Is that concentration?
I think so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Were you keeping up Hunter's Mark? I thought I heard.
I hadn't.
He had
mentioned
dropped
that.
Hunter's Mark
Okay,
in a
yeah.
while.
I heard you mention it, so I was like, "Ooh."
It's up to 10 minutes. Fucking Christ. Yeah, it's still up.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll go ahead and make attacks.
Yep.
Purple worm was already hit earlier, too.
Yeah, I know.
I don't have to worry about communicating.
You roll another
now.
one.
Yeah. It's fine.
You have 2 attacks.
Jason,
It's fine. I'll do it.
Yeah.
if I roll a 4th nat 1 in a row.
It's fine. I'll
no,
do it.
no, it's
No,
it's still his turn.
Jason.
It's still your turn.
What happens if I roll my 4th nat 1 in a row?
Gold
If you roll
Shitload
4
strikes
nat
you
ones
down.
in a roll,
Gold automatically.
in a row, I'll have to think
In a
about
row?
that. In
Yeah.
a row, I'll have to think about that. But yeah, something interesting will happen.
He'll allow you to succeed this once, but now he can auto fail you at any point of his choosing.
That's
All right, that was a 4 for a 15.
Okay, so yeah, that one hits. Roll your
You're doing
damage.
the Daniel simulator.
12.
Okay. Now, because you'd already hurt that before, you finally slice through that one.
Yep.
So now, the sand lizard, the carrion beetles, and the purple worm are free.
Thanks, mister. We're out of here.
Okay. So, while you guys are doing all that, that essentially brings us up to approximately turn 6. So you guys have 4 more rounds to get to turn 10 to basically, if you had decided I want to put on my armor, you could have at that point. Right now, since you're at
Bring the
turn
armor with
6, if all you're doing is grabbing your shit,
Well, I think all the
technically you have it.
shit has been grabbed. Technically,
That's what I'm saying. Is
I-
technically you have everything at this time.
All right, so I've grabbed all my previous materials.
Well, he
I
brought
grabbed
it
it for
to
you 'cause
he
you're
actually
still
brought
fighting.
it to you.
So can I, at this point, put it all on and have it?
No.
Your armor is going to take more time if you're going to put your armor.
But my magic items would be fine.
Depends on what
Bring
it
it
is.
by holding teleport,
Ring
put it on there.
And Cloak of Elvenkind.
Yeah, that you'll be able to do that within.
Wait, are we still in initiative?
No, not initiative.
We're
Not
in-
initiative.
Oh.
You're
10
still in
rounds.
rounds, but not initiative.
It's fine. Just hold it. We'll teleport. We'll put it on in
I was gonna
safety.
keep attacking cages to attempt to maintain my my rage.
Or we can
Opening
leave.
things. Leave? No, hell no.
yes, we're none of us are properly equipped with all of our
Oh no,
shit.
it's personal
Oh,
now.
no.
Do they need
They're
to be
dying.
Okay,
Dead.
if they're thinking about dying and I haven't done shit for the last 6 rounds, I would just backtrack and say I've been putting my armor this whole time because I
Okay.
haven't done shit.
Dog, we're not fighting.
Apparently, the
How
dumb
willing do the
barbarian
creatures
and
need to
the
be?
ranger
What's
want
the
to do it.
check if they're not willing?
I'm not getting to the cage for a 3rd time, man.
Dog, we just need to go and lick our wounds.
Apparently not.
What's the genuine question?
What?
What's the DC if they're not willing creatures?
The DC of
To
our
teleport their asses when they're not willing to go with us.
fucking, I don't have 7th
What does
level
it say?
teleport.
No,
I just have Dimension Door right
It's
now.
under teleport.
We fought these
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
look at your spell.
Oh, it's because you.
I don't have the spell slot,
I was
yeah.
like, you own the spell. I'm so confused. No, you're fair enough.
I don't have the spell slot because I
Okay.
evaporated like a dozen guys.
That's right.
Well,
that
I
was
can
the thing.
also dimension door, but that only gets us
That's-
one person.
Yeah, that's 2
Yeah.
per. So
Do you say that at any point after I cut down the?
You know we can teleport.
No,
You've seen
not the
us
teleport thing. We can come back. You make it clear that they're going to die at
That
some
was
point.
part of our plan when we
yeah,
were
when we were in the cage, we talked about it.
Okay, I must have missed that.
We,
Yeah,
we,
we
we
said
did plan
we
on
come
at
back
least
when we're
grabbing
not
our shit
fucked.
and leaving.
So
So that is a fair
If
assumption.
you want to take
So,
down
what
the
I'm
whole
doing,
army,
we're
let us
under-
build your spellcaster.
Go to
and
smart
everyone
house
else.
now.
All the
Go
animals
this
are running amok.
Hey, heads up. FYI, to answer your question, under the legacy teleport, it only transports up to 8 willing creatures. You cannot choose an unwilling creature, and therefore, it doesn't get. There's no save, nothing like that. You just can't do an unwilling creature.
Mm.
I would like to, knowing that this has been a general consensus for quite a while at this point, yell at the dwarven NPCs and anyone else who's humanoid and willing to
Silently.
listen.
You're in silence.
That's why I asked if you dropped it.
Can I drop silence?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone, get close to us if you want to live.
no, I never said I have teleport. I just have Dimension Door.
That's okay.
I can't teleport them all.
That's okay. You
Just
make that
leave.
distinction.
Why don't you just throw them on creatures and tell them to
Some
go,
of you
"Yeah!"
may die.
Yes, I never give a shit.
We made a plan, Leon.
Yes, and I didn't explicitly say in this plan that's what was happening.
That's okay.
This
You
little
made a
booba.
plan,
Yeah.
and we're going to commit.
Okay.
That's all right. What happens past it?
All right. Well, then rest in peace to all of the other captives.
I'm sorry to the captive.
Get close to us if you want to live. And they're actively signing their death warrant.
No, they have a chance to run.
Can you not do your sword? It's like once a month.
Twice a month.
You've already done it once.
Yes, this month it's already happened twice.
You wasted it
It
for
wasn't a
out of
waste.
cage.
No.
This is why I wasted the whole
No,
round.
no, no. All right,
putting
hold
my
on.
armor.
You
I
are
know
misinterpreting the sword.
Shit's gonna go south.
I can cross this dimensional twice. I can take up to 5 of us up to, I think it's 180
Oh, okay.
feet.
So there are 2 different abilities.
It is some crazy shit what I'm allowed to do with shade here, but so hold on, up to 10. Jason,
Mm-hmm.
How many people are there with us
3
alongside the
NPCs?
party?
3.
So 3,
2,
It
4,
says
4,
not-
5,
8,
6, 7.
5 plus 3
7,
is 8.
Okay, I can take all of us then.
But how far can we teleport?
That is.
Do you have to roll for it too?
How big is the camp?
More than
65.
You haven't been able to see the entire thing because you haven't really been through it, but
It gets us
it's
to.
pretty fucking big.
Listen, unless you want to traverse a dimension, which. Sorry, we're at the end of that one.
I don't want to do that one.
Your option is 60
Yeah,
feet
60
or a dimension.
60 feet works.
60 feet is fine.
And then we'll figure it out from there.
I feel like we could just all like run the 60 feet that we can
You can take Cassiopeia
and not waste the spell slot.
towards the north, and we kind of hang off and then go east.
Sounds like a plan.
Why don't you save that 60 feet for when we get somewhere closer to the edge of the camp and maybe need it?
Sir, I think we need it now.
We're just gonna
Alright, well,
teleport
while they're
to an area we
arguing,
can see 60 feet
while
away.
they're arguing over the 60
Whoa,
feet,
thank
I'm
God.
gonna shadow jump 120 a few times.
Okay, just out
Away.
away. Okay.
In whatever
Persephone-
direction we
Boo,
spoke
boo,
about.
boo, she's
Yeah.
fucking gone.
I'm just trying to be inclusive of everyone's plans
Percy got
here.
tired of them arguing over it.
So
So wait, we're leaving then?
We're coming back.
as you yell about, hey, if you want to live, follow me. The 3 other humanoids, the dwarf, the halfling, and the half-orc, they've been kind of rummaging through the cart as well. They each kind of have like handfuls of shit, and they run up to you, over towards you, and this is over the course. It's been a few rounds now, so they're like literally scooping up their shit and fucking run over to you, and the dwarf looks at you and goes, "You got a plan or what?"
I carve a hole in the fucking world. Get in!
Fuck it! And he jumps right through. The half orc kind of is looking wide eyed at that for a second,
Get in!
and then he looks over and he grabs the halfling, and he runs through, dragging the halfling with him.
And then I go through.
Okay.
I go through putting on like my last boot. I'm so jumping off the
Okay.
fucking thing.
I step
She's
through.
already gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I stepped through.
Then I'm the last, and I will step through.
Okay. How far away are you making your rift?
60 feet.
So I am going, not necessarily 60, whatever the safest spot within 60 feet is, going due east.
East.
Okay.
Decent.
So
Maybe 45
Officer, you
south of a
ready?
tent.
you are now outside of camp, not super far, but you're outside of camp.
Awesome.
Okay. Not very far. And you can still hear lots of commotion in camp. And when you look over your shoulder, you still see Cassiopeia is like still dive bombing and doing stuff. Which, speaking of which,
I fucking love that horse, man.
That horse is the best.
It's my favorite horse.
Hmm.
And yeah, once she's done with potentially surviving this next barrage of bullshit, I'm gonna have her fly back. to-
27 points of piercing.
No, I don't have her play back.
I want my horse.
No.
You can
Assault
resummon her. We can get somewhere safe and you can
Okay.
resummon her.
Your puppy.
She's still alive, by the way.
Your puppy is pretty fucking sneaky.
No.
And she's like, yes, I am. But not super sneaky on the second roll.
Clementine is a good dog, but she is not
9
that
points
sneaky.
piercing.
She's a big dog.
Still kicking.
I rolled shit on that. So, yay.
Jason.
So, you find yourself currently outside of the camp. Doing it again.
60 feet way out into the darkness.
Okay, so another 60 feet out towards the darkness. You're
Okay,
now,
guys.
you're in total, you are approximately 100 feet away from camp. Okay. Based on what you guys know they had sentries all the way to 300 feet out.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not necessarily outside of their
I'm just
purview.
keeping my 120 over.
Yeah, you are fucking out.
I am going to safety.
You are out.
460 out. Yeah.
She's out there.
Yeah.
You guys are still, you're about 100 feet out from the edge of camp at this point. And the dwarf looks at you guys and he's sitting there now. He's like, are we going further or what? What's going on?
We're getting out of here, laddie.
And he starts, he's like, he's got a bunch of stuff in his hand, and one of the things is he's got this this pretty wicked looking mace, and he's like trying to like place it on his hip, like through the belt he's got on, and like that. And at the same time, he's like juggling. He's got some boots, and he's trying to got a freaking like a leather armor jacket kind of thing, and he's trying to.
I'll help him put it on.
Before we go,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly.
my wicked dog, Peach, would like to agree.
Yep.
I think it's best if we create a distraction to cover our tracks.
We should have let the animals just run through the camp and go insane.
No.
We technically
They are.
take them with us.
No, I'm talking about like the salamander, the beetles.
Yeah.
They're
They
already
are.
gone.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Okay.
Yeah, it's like they're
That's why I
not
was
with
thinking
us.
we were
You
going to
freed them. They didn't go through the portal. They're just there.
Animals wreaking havoc on the
They're
camp.
just there.
We'll
doing
see
their
what they can do. But what I would like to do, I know we've got our relative gear back. Does anyone have a shovel?
A shovel?
Yes. This is very important. I killed many orcs with this trick. I want to see if it works.
Pitfall trap.
No. No pitfall
How much are you
trap.
trying to dig?
We're not digging at all.
I don't have a shovel.
Orcs may be very dumb, but they're not that dumb.
Yeah, fucking Looney Tunes
I have
shit.
no shovel.
Glonk.
So sorry.
I mean, I have an adventurous pack. Does that have a shovel in it?
Probably.
roll a percentile.
I highly doubt it.
Roll a percentile.
I guarantee
This is my adventurous
a
shovel.
Dungeoneer's kit or an adventurer's kit would have a shovel.
56.
Say again.
56. Like a 50.
Sure.
56? Oh, it's percentile.
Yeah,
What the
that's-
fuck is your
Sure.
multiplier?
I have a shovel.
I'm gonna plus
It's not.
42.
It's a survival show.
It's a survival shovel.
All
It's still
right,
a
so
shovel.
Jason,
Mhm.
the whole point of this trick
Mhm.
is we're dumb humans.
Yep.
And so what we would do is with our foot trick or foot and tracks, we would simply drag a shovel behind us to cover our footprints and would leave a fucking snake trail behind us.
Okay.
We're not dumb humans. We would cover our own tracks. So someone would lead off a shovel trail going off maybe 400 feet another way, while we trail off another way and actually bury our footprints via more inconspicuous means.
Okay. I'll need a survival checks.
Brother, I got advantage,
I know.
which
Yeah, but
means a
you're-
neutral roll
yeah, I was
because
like, will
I'm
you still
exhausted.
be exhausted?
I got an 8.
Ooh,
That's an 18 plus a good number.
I got a 24.
14.
Okay.
18 plus 9.
All right. So.
Very
uh,
good. 17,
you-
27?
You figure you guys have effectively covered your tracks in a way that, unless they're really, really good at tracking shit,
Or they are just the fucking luckiest
Yeah.
motherfucker.
then
We
they're
ain't
probably
found
not going to
shit.
find that. They're probably
Going
going to
in the
find the
desert.
pulse and
Yes,
follow
I
it.
said, we ain't
So-
found shit.
Over
Children like that fun
the next couple minutes, moving out, covering tracks, and continuing to move away,
By the door.
you make your way further and
Yeah,
further
he's
away
by the door.
from the camp. You don't encounter any sentries as
Is that another tree? Yeah.
you figure with all the commotion they probably
She's
ran
fat as fuck.
in.
You look at that bitch.
to see what the commotion was about and therefore left gaps in the perimeter, which you managed to exploit and get out. And you now find yourselves, after a few minutes of doing that, probably about 1,000 feet away from the encampment. You figure you're safe enough for now
Okay.
that they won't necessarily, get you quickly, and that you can
Put on your
either decide to leave or do whatever you want from this point and probably get away with it. At this point in time, the 3 prisoners that you have helped escape introduce themselves. The dwarf looks at you guys and goes, he looks pretty ragged.
Oh.
He's been beat the fuck up, and that damn synaptic static spell that blasted everybody, yeah, it clearly fucking hurt these guys. So he's pretty beat up, but even with that, he looks pretty hardy, and he finally has his gear on. Definitely looks like this guy knows how to deal with action. He's been in the shit before, and he introduces himself. He says, "The name's Carbatir Blood Mace. I appreciate you getting me out of there. It's been too long." And the other 2 introduce themselves as well. There is Belam Makdur. He is the half-orc. He instantly looks at you, Tomer. He's like, "I haven't seen another of my kind in a while."
Yeah, we're rare.
Run the club.
I'm normal.
In these lands, you are even more rare than us, but how did you get here? You don't seem like you have been here long.
Let's just say, born here, raised to a certain age, escaped death from being eaten alive. Had to come back for some important shit.
A wizard teleported us on just to really fuck with us. This is all happy circumstance.
Well, thank you for getting me out. If you don't mind, are you leaving talk? Because if you are, I definitely don't want to be here anymore.
Not
I could-
any time soon.
I could set him up with my crew at least.
They would be waiting offshore for at
And
least
tell
a
him to
month.
head to the shore.
That's a death sentence in of itself. They're better off with us than heading off to the shore
We got some
aimlessly.
shit. We got.
Well, how well do you know these lands roughly?
I mean,
Enough
been
to
here
get
my whole
captured.
life, but it's not like I've had the freedom to do anything.
Yeah, you're sticking with us.
Enough to get captured.
We're not gonna send them to their death.
In
And
front of
then-
him, I looked at gold. When are we going back?
And then the halfling introduces himself
Back to what?
as
The camp to kill
as
the
Yarrick
chief.
Applehands.
Oh, soon
Yeah.
enough.
Apple hands.
Yep, Yarrick Applehands.
What a
He
creep.
is
I grab his wrist. Your hands don't look like apples.
no,
He's
but,
actually got very extreme
but
arthritis.
actually, hey, smell. Smells like apple.
Oh,
Whoa, hold
That's
on,
right.
hold on. Does your finger smell like chocolate?
No apples.
he literally just said that.
No. There's this extreme trick. Hold on. Gold's going to reach into a pouch that he has retrieved from our friend over here. He's gonna pull out a chocolate bar. You know what chocolate and apple smells like, don't you?
Chocolate apples?
No. I'm gonna give you 2 more guesses before I tell you what it smells like.
Appley chocolate?
No. One more smell.
Chapels?
No, smells like pussy.
What the fuck?
This
He's
is
wrong.
this is why gold. This is why gold.
No.
How many times have you got laid gold?
How many halflings have you been with?
Gold. How much?
Because I haven't had a single halfling female.
Whoa, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Let's not make
The
this much fun.
IRL barriers passed right here.
Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about? Chocolate apple.
This is
pussy,
outside
real life?
D&D.
Buddy.
Okay.
Sir,
I don't think vagina smells
No,
like
I can-
chocolate covered apples.
how many times have you taken a fucking Hershey's chocolate bar and an apple and fucking put them together?
Never.
Zero.
What kind of communist?
0.
Yeah. I can imagine their two smells
Whoa,
distinct.
whoa. And,
The only-
and you know how many times I've done it? Twice.
Too many.
That,
It's
more,
okay.
Once,
You don't like
because I smelled the
chocolate.
smell. Second, because I smelled pussy. Third, to confirm it.
Buddy.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
You are going off on a weird
Hey,
tangent
Jen,
here.
no, you're a
This-
husband.
This is not a tangent.
No, you need to control your
Zach,
husband.
we
He
can
makes
pass
no
this
damn
later
sense.
because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I have a vagina and we can get chocolate,
no.
but I don't know what the fuck you're
I
talking
don't want to hear
about.
about any of that. I don't want to hear about any of that. No,
We
do not-
are live.
Jen, I love you to death, but I
You
do not want to
started
hear
it.
anything about your
This
vagina.
is Zach's fault.
Yeah, this is your hill to die on.
Listen, I'm just saying, y'all are missing out.
I'm pretty sure you're incorrect.
No, y'all are incorrect.
And anyway,
I
so
Or actually, y'all are ignorant.
so
Okay.
no, I've
So,
never smelled a pussy
Yark,
that smelled like
sure.
chocolate apples.
Yara,
Y'all never smelled chocolate.
All right, let's get back to
Yeah.
the game. No more talk about this shit.
yeah, so
Love of God.
Yark, after introducing himself,
Ooh.
Says, I just want to say thank you very much for getting me out of there.
and he pulls out of the stuff that he's carrying. He pulls a little flute out, and he begins to play. And he says, just for a second or two, and then he stops and he says,
This is only a small way to say thank you.
and he begins to play the flute again. And after
Spit your
30
shit,
seconds
Kate.
of this music playing, you all feel a little bit better, and each of you gains 12 hit points.
Thank you. I'm at full health.
Yeah,
already,
it was
though,
already
I
at full.
appreciate it.
So anyone who's down gains 12 hit points. So
What did he play on? A flute?
Damn, brother, I'm at max.
I was like, keep your gift as I pinch the flute.
you try to pinch his
No,
flute.
I'm joking.
No.
Just pinch it. Shh.
Ooh. Listen,
And
Just crushes the end.
as you guys are here, about 1,000 feet away from the camp, you can still see it in the distance, see the firelights, and you can still see Cassiopeia is just still doing, because that's the order she was given. She's still swooping and swooping. Eventually, she goes down. But you find yourselves, for the moment, safe, away from the danger, as far as you can tell, with 3 new potential friends or companions in the wilderness of TOGG, and trying to figure out what you are going to do next. And that's where we're going to leave off for
I
tonight.
know.
So, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys had a good time. I know I had a good time. And I hope you guys had a good time.
I did until Zach brought up
Yeah.
The chocolate apple pussy.
No.
That makes 6 of us.
It's
who
called
had a
chapel
great
pussy.
time.
Chapel pussy. Chocolate apple pussy. But
I'm good, dog.
anyway,
I'm good.
thank
You're
you all
missing
for
out,
watching.
just saying.
We will see you next week at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for episode 92. So, later, everybody.
See ya.
Good night.
At Totally Online Gaming Group, we're more than just a brand. We're all part of a greater community. And as much as we love creating content that you all enjoy, we cannot do that without your support. Every purchase you make goes beyond just owning a product. It supports us in our endeavors to grow and eventually go full-time so that we can dedicate ourselves to creating even more of the content you love. With our exclusive range of merchandise, from stickers to cell phone covers, mouse pads, and mugs, and of course, a wide variety of t-shirts. You can show your support proudly wherever you go. Just hop on over to www.toggdm.com and click on the Visit Store link to see and get your own official Totally Online Gaming Group merchandise. But it's not just about the merchandise. You can show your support in other ways too. Following our channel, subscribing, or visiting our official website, www.toggroleplay.com, and sharing it with your friends. We hope you'll continue to join us for our adventures and become part of the Totally Online Gaming Group family today.